Everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it.
There we go. A long time coming, this one. It's been in the works for a long while. It's going to be a bit odd for the listener because it's a bit of a visual one, this one. But I'm sure you'll follow along. We're going to be doing, as the episode title suggests, a UK rap album bracket. So for those that aren't familiar with a bracket, I'm sure most people are, it's essentially a tournament. So we've got 32 of some of the greatest UK rap albums of all time.
Some of the worst. Let's be honest.
My God, we're just going straight to the kill, boy. Oh my days.
I gotta set the mood right now. I'm see me scrolling around this document. I'm looking at it and thinking, what the fuck is going on?
Someone held him back. Jesus.
Wow, okay. You've had months to say something.
No, I can't add nothing. That's the point. Every time I try to do something, people start, that's not, so I just leave it.
What?
I've got something on it.
Okay. Anyway. It's not a definitive list. This is not the best albums of all time. It's just a selection of various different albums from different spaces, different sounds throughout the scene. Some more popular than others, as you can tell. But yeah, we're just gonna go through it and eventually get to our number one spot. I imagine some decisions will be easier than others. Any other observations? Any other comments before we get going?
There's a lot of pandering here, right? There's a bit of pandering. Like, we got 32 picks and 2 of them I just don't even agree with, but we'll get to that when we get to it. You know what I mean? Okay, you guys take the lead here. I don't care. I'll vote for you.
No, man. We need you.
No.
That's my. I don't think anyone else has got objections. I think everyone else is excited for this, but you know me. I got to be the old man in the corner who's grumpy for no reason. So.
Yeah. Anyway, should we start round one? Heavyweights. Should we go?
Yeah, man. Kano's Hoodies All Summer versus Get Conflict of Interest. Now, in light of recent news that we have avoided talking about, I just want to say Hoodies All Summer. That's the go. That's the go to the next round.
No, we're not going there. No, we can't go there.
Oh shit! We're moving like that.
I'm keeping it real. What's everyone else saying? Let's take it to the music. I prefer Hoodies All Summer.
No one wanted to go anywhere else but the music. You are on one.
We are too unhinged today, man. Oh my God.
Nah, I think bringing it to the music, I'm gonna have to go conflict of interest.
Oh wow, one pick each. Okay.
Fast, too furious.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hop in there and say, I'm sorry, Neil. Were you gonna expand or?
No. I want to hear everyone's picks before I start talking. But yeah.
In fact, let's do that and let's just share the picks. I'll go Hoodies All Summer.
We've got 2 for Hoodies All Summer. Theo.
Yeah, me, Hoodies All Summer.
3 for Hoodies All Summer. We know what Kieran's going with. Go on, Kieran, say it.
I was gonna say Hoodies All Summer as well.
There we go.
Okay. 4-1. Okay. But Neil, what were you? How come you've got conflict of interest?
Well, this was I think this was the first one for me where Getz is like he kind of really came into his own and like really mastered and packaged his style in such a way that it was just so inviting to everyone to listen to. He really brought us into his world, and he really worked on the production, and it was a very concise album. The first song just drew you in. It was just that fine wine. Yeah, it really set the scene, set the tone for the album, and then straight away Mozambique. Wow.
We have an episode where we talk about how flawless that transition.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's very, very
so good. And to be honest, I play it to this day still.
The whole album.
I play Fine Wine, Mozambique, IC3, Good Hearts. What was it? Skengman, Crud, Squeeze, and that's what I play.
So you're giving this album play.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to either of these albums, but I'll be honest, Hoodies All Summer for me is a better album. I don't know what everyone else is thinking and feeling.
Oh well, for me, Hoodies All Summer goes down as one. I personally think it's the greatest UK rap album. Period. What that album does, top to bottom, is just incredible, and the way what the topics that Kano's speaking about, and just how it just flows, and just some of the moments on here are just phenomenal. Like, yeah, it's just to me, it's just, well, I don't want to say flawless because that's probably too much praise, but I think it's such a quality album, and I always like when I think of UK rap albums, I always think, is it on the level of Hoodies All Summer? And Hoodies All Summer, the emotion and everything he gave to me was just unbelievable. And Class of Danger, I'm sorry, that moment, that song forever will just go down as like one of the best songs ever. To be fair, had Gets on it, and them going back and forth was just incredible, and just everything about that song is just like that. Just gives me the sound of East London. Just like I don't know how else to put it. It just puts me back to like growing up around the area. I just think it's a phenomenal album. It's not much more to say, really.
Yeah, it's almost like an archival piece, right? It's really emotive in what it conveys. And again, that nostalgia of Class's Danger, that's one of the best songs to come out of this country. Obviously, it's grime, it's whatever, but for me, it's fantastic. So yeah, I'm backing up what Theo's saying. I know Sean and Kieran probably have a lot to say about this album because you two rave on about this album a lot.
Yeah, do you want to go, Kieran?
This album, it just felt monumental, and someone said this word the other day, like prominent. I feel like it's a big moment in UK rap music. It goes beyond just an album, It shifts the culture. It sets a new bar as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think to give Gets and conflict of interest its props, I'd say that I think kind of, I don't know if Neil, you sort of started touching upon it. I felt like it was a culmination of Gets's progression and journey up until that point. Obviously, it was a massive moment. I think it reached number 2 in the charts or something like that. It was a massive moment for Gets and just the scene in general. But I think still to this day, I remember when we reviewed the album, when we did and this is a shameless plug, when we did our greatest UK rap albums of all time, because both these albums, I think, were in that list. It's still that middle section for me in conflict of interest, which just it's still not quite on the level of like Act 1 and Act 2. Whereas with Hoodies All Summer, yes, it is a shorter album, but I think it's just a bit more concise. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. But they're both classics, and that's why I put them in this first category and up against each other, because it feels like a good sort of debate to have and a good conversation. Although it was maybe a bit more one-sided than I thought it might be, but yeah.
Okay, so
I do think that conflict of interest is good, but I feel like there's a bit of a dip in the middle. I can never get over that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, there was a consensus, but also there was a very good argument for conflict of interest. And again, even though I've said what I said earlier, these are all great albums. They're all worth a listen. If you haven't listened to any of the albums we mentioned today, please do, because they're worth listening to.
Except the ones you hate.
Well, I might not even voice those opinions, You'll just know when I say, yeah, what that one, just lackluster. So onwards and upwards, we're having well, actually, you can't have two brothers. We're having brothers competing against each other. Skepta Konnichiwa and JME Grime MC. I'll be honest. JME is a better rapper than Skepta, but the problem is that JME is too caught up with trying to do grime stuff. That's my kind of preface to this.
Okay.
Like all of Jamie's bars are all about like punch man in the neck and do this and that. It's very one dimensional in some regards, even though he's a better rapper. So for me, I think Konnichiwa tips the balance just because it's a more enjoyable album and it has higher highs than Grime MC for me.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a grime purist, then maybe you'll go for the Grime MC pick. But I think just like sitting back and thinking about 2016 and even just the build up to that album, again, huge moment. The impact was crazy on Konnichiwa, and I do think there was not a hot take to say that there is more versatility and there's different sounds and I think you can't deny the impact. So yeah, I would go Konnichiwa as well.
I have a feeling
I'd
Neil
have to,
hasn't listened to Grime MC, so he's gonna pick Konnichiwa.
I have to back this back Konnichiwa though. The moment that had in 2016 was absolutely huge. I think Grime MC is a good album, but it's like you said with like being the Grime purist. If you're going for that, then you're going to lean towards JME. But what Skepta did with Konnichiwa, I mean, everyone was talking about that. It was such a huge moment, and I remember listening to it at the time, just thinking this is something else. So I'd have to go Skepta based on how I felt at that moment. Anyway, if I'm pitting the two albums together.
Cool.
Yeah, and again, I want to kind of voice this though. They're not both like great albums. They've just got good songs on them. You know what I mean? I don't think Grime MC is flowing from track to track flawlessly. I don't feel like Konnichiwa does that either. But the highs of both, if you compare them, like I'm thinking about back to Konnichiwa times, there was loads of hit songs there. There was Ladies Hit Squad. There was It Ain't Safe. There was Shut Down, of course. That's Not Me.
Yeah.
Naming those songs alone, the listeners like, oh, I know those songs. If we were to name the hit songs off of Grab MC, I don't think anyone knows those songs.
Quite a range of features as well, from
yeah, I
like
can't even
Novelist
name
to
one.
Pharrell. There's
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
I don't know if Neil heard what I said earlier, but I don't even think Neil's even listened to Grime MC.
No, I ain't heard the whole thing. I ain't heard
fair
it.
enough.
No,
So I guess it's Konnichiwa for you.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a shame because I would like to give more input maybe to see the comparisons, but I think it's a tough one really. In terms of because Konnichiwa was such a cultural, has so much value and kind of richness to it. So I think it's kind of up against a big tall order. It's kind of like Dave and Goliath kind of. But yeah, I think the Konnichiwa takes this one for me for sure. For sure.
Nice.
Okay, so we've got 4 for Konnichiwa.
Yeah,
and
we
I'm
haven't heard
assuming
from Kieran.
Kieran, although it's saying his storage is low, which is a bit.
Oh.
I don't know why Riverside snitching on him like that. But it says his device storage is low. May not have enough storage to continue recording. So I don't even know if he's there in the background or not.
Oh. See, I feel like Kieran probably.
Yep, it stopped. It stopped due to an incoming call. So he's on the phone now. This is
Oh.
Riverside is snitching on him hard, bro. So he's on the phone. Okay, we're gonna assume that he's gonna pick Konnichiwa, but I guess we can kind of move on to the next section and circle back when he's off the phone and sorts out his situation.
Either way, it's four votes, isn't it? So Konnichiwa goes through. But I feel like Kieran will have something interesting to say about Grime MC.
Well, we might not. He
know
might
he
be on the
does.
phone. Oh, he's gone. There we go. See you later. He's gone from the whatever. This is
That's
a
a
weird.
problem.
This is a weird day. Moving onwards and upwards, we got another Kano album, and we've got Sway. Now, Kano is Home Sweet Home, an album that everybody rants and raves about because it is. Well, it's not. Is it his debut? It is his debut album, isn't it?
Debut and one of those early bodies of work that came out of the grime scene where it was like, we do albums over here as well, like that kind of thing. And Sway, I think was the year after 2006.
Same era.
Not pure grime and that, but yeah, same era. So it made sense to group those two together. But
cool. And
any
Sway
Sway
album,
fans here?
This is my demo.
Yeah.
I know Neil loves Sway, so I probably want to hear from Neil first.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with I think I'm gonna have to go with Home Sweet Home on this one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think that one for me was like, I think that's when I really like deep Kano. I think for me, when I dropped that, I think those 2 moments for me is when I realized like, yo, Kano's is serious.
Well, you listened to this when it came out? Because I can be honest and say I wasn't listening to this when it came out.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? In that day and age, I was actually listening to more people that were like, when I say local, I mean like within a 5-mile radius of our school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's obviously P's and Q's was such a...
Oh, true, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When that dropped, and when they had that beat, Da Vinci beat, and then just the way the flow he did that on that was just nuts. It's just insane. And I think that kind of got me more intrigued with the rest of his work and the Lord of the Mics as well. At the same time, I think for me, I was wanted the whole Lord of the Mics sitch with him and Wiley. But yeah, that, insane. Absolutely insane. I think I learned the words. I think that's probably that might be my first grime tune I knew all the words to.
Well, it's one of the first grime songs that you're hearing because when you think about it, grime started in my memory. Grime started popping off 2003, 2004, but we're a bit too young to really be listening to our own music. Maybe because you had older siblings, you might have got some of it. But once I hit secondary school, you think about it, phones are a thing. So everyone's got a phone, they're playing music. You have your MP3, people are sharing music. You could obviously all go into the computer suite in a day, trade music, this and that. The studio was there. I know Neil remembers the studio was crazy at
Yeah.
school. So I was definitely getting a lot more music fed to me 2005 onwards. And grime was a big, big deal, especially for us in East London. I don't really know about the rest of London just because, that's not where I was. But in East, grime was massive. And we had a lot of the heavy hitters on our side of the fence. We had Jammer, we had Getz, we had the whole crew situation. Obviously, Kano, Temps, and they had the biggest songs at the time. Dizzy Rascal. The names go on and
Wiley.
on. If you look where grime started, it started in East London. I don't care what you say. But now you're right. Yeah, I think Neil's opened up a good conversation there around impact. I know that seems to be what we're kind of going down to for most of these picks, but Kano's album definitely did have a big impact on my local scene as well as the wider scene. If you look at it, from a bird's eye view. What are you saying, Sean?
Yeah, I'm going with Home Sweet Home as well. Yeah, it's an impact thing. I think also the album's doing a bit more. Again, a bit like with Konichiwa in comparison to Grime MC, you're getting a bit more, or you're getting quite a bit more versatility. I mean, there's rock on here, there's electronic, there's grime, there's hip hop, there's a lot of different sounds. And it's still to this day. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's super fresh and all that, but I listened to it fairly recently for like in prep for this, and it's still really good. There's some really sort of like some music on there that's aged really well, and of course P's and Q's is a timeless classic, and that's what I was aware of at that time. I'm not going to act like I was listening to this album when it came out, but P's and Q's was definitely something that I was aware of and that I was enjoying.
I
But
want to ask this question, and maybe this is something only Neil could answer. Was this album available in like HMV and all that, or was it one of the ones you had to buy from somebody like directly?
Bro, I don't even know about all that.
no, it was quite. It was
For
it was on
me,
a label. Yeah.
For
Was
me,
it? Okay.
it was like on the phone. I was listening to songs on the phone or something like the CD. I wasn't privy to where to get it from. I was just
that's my big problem is because as a kid I grew up going to HMV buying albums, and I'm like, if I'd have seen this, I'm sure my guy at HMV would have been like, oh, this is from the UK, you want to listen to that, and that didn't happen at any point in 2005 for me. So it's made me think maybe it didn't get as wide a release. Nowadays you expect to be able to go into the shop and get whatever album you want, at least have one copy, but back then distribution was a bit different. So okay, fair enough.
But I do think unless you were Dizzy Rascal, like grime, it was still hard to really pop off at this point. Like,
P's and Q's was getting played regardless.
P's and Q's was,
Bill
but
said, the infrared transfer on the phone, loads of people were banging that out. People were sending it to me on MSN. You know what I mean? It was easy to get.
yeah,
I
no,
think
but
it had a video, so it was on
It
Channel
did,
U
yeah.
as well.
yeah. But I'm just looking now, like the label was 679 Recordings, so it wasn't a massive label, but I know it was one of those early grime records where it was like a proper album. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It wasn't. We're not like getting it off radio or whatever. It's like
No
this
one
is
made
a
albums
body
back
of
then.
work.
People did sets. They had their quotable bars. They did lots of ciphers. It was no one was trying to make it album at that time. I think you were looking at certain people to try and do certain big things to set the next bar, and Kano was setting the bar back then by making an album as opposed to just calling a collection of songs an album.
I wanted to quickly just give Sway his props though, because again, it is another. I would say it's an early classic from the scene, and part of me thinks to myself, and I only just thought this now, was Sway like was it maybe a little bit too soon for people to like really
100%.
enjoy it? Because I mean, he was doing some stuff here that not really anyone else in the UK was doing with the skits and. You know what I mean, and like the kind of almost the cinematic nature of it.
But that's
also
the American style of rap album, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know
But
what
also,
I mean?
like I think about tell me if I'm wrong here, but he's I don't know if it's a character he's playing or whatever. There's a lot of sort of emphasis on his African heritage, and I don't recall a lot of other rappers doing that. And it wasn't really it kind of was Jay Huss who do you know what I mean? Who really sort of I think. It became the norm for like whether it be using terminology or slang or like really embracing the culture of whatever country he was from. Sway was kind of doing a bit of that here, but it wasn't really. Maybe it wasn't landing with people at the time. Maybe I'm off on that.
I'll
But
tell you this, because I used to wake up and listen to what was then called Choice FM, but is now called Capital Extra, I think. It's Capital.
Yeah,
So Sway was getting a lot more radio play over this period we're talking about than Kano was, because of how Americanized his songs were. They fit into the playlist, because back then we were very much just playing American music and sprinkling in UK stuff, right?
yeah,
And Sway had a sound that kind of played both sides well, but it never caught on, because the people that wanted to listen to American music would listen to American music. You know what I mean?
yeah. I was going to say he did get a bit of he did have a bit of success in the States, but I'm just trying to think to myself, why didn't it take off? And I know that, like, for instance, Skepta has always very much like embraced his Nigerian heritage and all that, so I know it's not like but I'm just saying that I feel like, I don't know, there was something that for whatever reason Sway didn't quite take off, like, say, well, of course a Dizzy, but like a Kano or even a Wiley did.
Back then, the Caribbean people were on top, Sean. I'll be honest. Being African was not cool back then. Like,
I didn't want to say it, but I just want.
it's the truth. It was the truth. As someone who's half and half, being African was, they used to. Ah, man. Let's not even go into that one too much.
No, I can confirm that as well. Being half
Okay.
myself, I can confirm that being Caribbean was the cool thing, but being African, no, it's a different story.
Yeah.
That's the impression that I, as a white man, got from like being at school and just hearing
You're
like the
black,
banter that would
stop
fly.
lying.
That was the reality, man.
But that's what I used to hear, like, you know, like when you were getting changed in for PE and stuff like that. That was the banter that I would overhear and everything. And it wasn't, like I say.
And yeah, no,
Sorry, go on.
imagine getting bantered as well, because I'm half Jamaican, half Nigerian, and they're like, how the hell did they end up with that mix?
Yeah.
Because Nigerian and Jamaicans do not like each other yet.
Yeah.
That's I'm half.
Wow.
But I think that's partly why Sway didn't take off, right? He's talking a very prominent, interesting message and story about African people, but back then it was not. Yeah, it was not what it was to.
I just think we didn't embrace too much individualism back then.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
There was a lot of hive mind shit going on back then. I wasn't part of it personally, but thinking back, well, I wasn't. I didn't do the mini backpack with the Tigger and this, and I didn't do any of that because I wasn't into it.
Madness.
Oh, wow.
No, I wasn't into none of that stuff. I know, it was crazy. Yeah.
Did they catch you with that?
I
I don't remember you being on that.
Nah, me neither. But I remember.
But that was a thing that was going on. Everybody was.
Yeah.
raving,
It was here's the uniform: kickers, the little backpack, or a gypsy bag.
Yeah.
You know?
But how about the boxing glove as well?
Yeah.
To the back.
The flags on
boxing
it.
glove,
Because that was
dummies
madness.
as
And
well.
then-
You want to talk about all that kind of
Dummies,
foolishness
that's
going
crazy.
Yeah.
Silliness.
Oh yeah, the dummies were stupid, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never.
yeah.
That was so dumb.
The culture was in a weird place, and I'm looking at it like, if this is what we're on over here, I'm glad I'm out of that. People would try and get onto me, but then I know this is weird because we're skipping forward. When we got into the Air Force Ones, the kind of Nelly vibe, that's when I hopped in. I was like, okay, now you're on my type of time. But that period of whatever was going on there, crazy.
But you know what? I think we had to go through it to get to where we are now.
There was a lot of shockers coming out at that time.
I think it was because we was like just in those stages of just kind of expressing our own, finding our own self. I think the UK was doing that just generally. We kind of find out that what makes us the UK, what makes us different. You know what I mean? Because before we had to look towards was the US stars. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood and the New York rappers or this and that, and we didn't really have the mainstream UK people, especially black people as well.
No, you're right.
So I think
because we're coming out of the 90s here, and the 90s we've got some of the best rapping that has ever and probably will ever happen, and we haven't even got anything really here. You know what I mean? This is literally the beginnings of UK rap properly. Forget about all that historian shit of, it started with Jungle and this and that. We're talking about now. We're talking about 2004, 2005. That's when it really started picking up.
Did anyone remember? Because I remember you saying, what did Sway go on to do? Whatever. Like, I just saw his second album was on Convict Music. I forgot that he got signed.
He went big. He had a song called Saturday Night Hustle that I loved.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard.
Let me do the first verse first.
Sampled a classic as well.
Yeah.
And I remember things like do you remember the game FIFA Street?
Yeah, it was on there.
I swear there were a couple Sway songs on those games as well. Like,
Sway was
he
doing
he definitely had a lot of success. I don't want to throw any shade, but you know how people speak about Kano now,
he ended up doing the commercial rap thing, which came a lot later, a lot better than most people did, because he never sold out. You know, he always did his thing. So we are giving him his flowers. But I want to ask. I don't think Theo or Kieran has said which album they're picking out of Home Sweet Home and This Is My Demo.
I would have said Home Sweet Home, but that's probably because that album's close to the fact that I remember when I first listened to Home Sweet Home. And I like we've been saying, giving Sway his flowers, but if I'm talking personal preference, then I'm leaning towards Kano, because I just know what was it? Was he on like MTV? It wasn't on. What was
Channel U?
Was it Channel U that he was on? Because I'm thinking of P.E.'s video.
Yeah, Channel U.
Yeah, it probably was Channel U. I was
bit,
watching. Yeah, because that's what it's just iconic, like that and Brown Eyes. And just iconic.
Yes.
And I was just like, I was just banging these songs out, and that album gives me so much nostalgia of what it was like back then, growing up, and then really getting a sense for what, the UK. UK scene was about, because I wasn't. What was I even listening to back then? I can't even remember.
You'd still be listening to your parents' music. Let's be honest. Everyone would still be listening to their parents' music.
But this album, when I heard Kano, I was like, oh yeah, what's this? And then I started getting more into it. But this, I would have to pick that because it's just nostalgia feeling of what the album did.
What about you, Kieran? Because at this point, you were living in East London. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think Sway's one, it was more like the singles connected to me. I think I did listen to a bit of the album, but this whole Kano one was more classic for me. And I mean, they're both similar in a way. Like, they're not talking like gun talk or like that kind of stuff. So it's quite interesting to pit them against each other as well, because a lot of grime was doing that.
That's all grime was.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's a cool, like, I actually don't know at this time if other artists were really speaking like these two were.
Nah, Sway was very unique, and it's a shame. It's a shame.
But yeah, definitely Kano. I'm looking at the track list now. There's so many tracks that I would just go to play right now.
Can we just also just highlight like just the wifey rhythms, because the Brown Eyes and Night Night, for me, this reminds me of like being like puppy love type vibes. You get me? I'm like, with the
rosary bead chain with the white.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on an MSN chatting to a few 1-2 gal. Like, you get me? Like, I'm trying to like get into my little Romeo bag. You know what I'm saying?
Lover boy, man.
Come on. Remember that time when you finally get a thing? You know what I mean? You're kissing her up and that. Come on, man. This is memories, man. I don't know about you, man, but this is good times to me, innit?
That's what I mean. Brown Eyes is such a sick song, man. That gives me such nostalgic memories. Love that
100%. Song. Like, you remember you getting the phone, you're playing it by you're recording the songs for the ringtone and that. Come on, like, this is.
I never did any of that stuff. I never did. I used to just buy the songs. I used to fuck up my credit all the time by buying songs.
No, man, these are like them late night calls. You stay up until you fall asleep on the phone. That was all of this.
Five day pass, all them type of times.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I remember this. That's what it reminds me of. All these kind of like those times there.
And you're saying Home Sweet Home is what's reminding you of that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, let's put Home Sweet Home. Let's lock that in and move on to the next section, which is where things get a bit more upbeat. Things get a bit more kind of, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Dizzy Rascal, Boy in the Corner, and I know some people love that here. And Wiley treading on thin ice. Now,
I was just going to say something though, because just to make clear, there's going to be certain picks here. Like I say, this isn't the greatest of all time. There's arguments that Treading on Thin Ice isn't Wiley's best album, so this isn't us saying that Treading on Thin Ice is the one. But again, just in terms of the timing when these came out, and like Sam sort of alluded to some of the history with the Star Wars analogy, that's why this is in here. So, but I'd be interested to know if any of you think that Wiley, if there's a better album. Wow, okay. Sam has just put Darth Vader up on the screen. Wow.
Gotta keep my idols on my desk,
So I just wanted to preface the conversation with that. But no, I'll go straight in. Is Boy in the Corner.
Yeah.
What's your take?
Okay. Can I jump in here as well? Wiley's not known for having a good album, right? For me,
Uh,
right. I'll be honest. Wiley's biggest song is Rolex Sweep, and that's not a good song.
Oi,
That's it.
no,
Listen,
we're
the
not
whole
doing Wiley
we
like
yeah.
that, man. That's a bit mad.
I'm just keeping
That's
it
a bit
100.
mad.
I'm not
That's
gonna
crazy.
pretend like I was listening
Oi.
to Wiley back then. I might have heard Wiley,
Oi,
but
that
I
is-
wasn't
I
listening
feel
to
like
Wiley.
all. I feel like
crazy.
I'd say like what 75-80% of all the legends, all the sort of the pioneers and
Legend.
that did a weird move around like 07, 08, 09
What do
with
we do? That's a big. Don't
Not a
even
weird
start
move,
with
but do you know
that.
what I mean?
Rolex Sweep is a big song. Don't take it away from him, man.
No. Weird move is the wrong word, but I think we all know that like grime kind of just sort of went dormant for a bit, right? And everyone was trying to make the pop records and the dance
I
hits
think
and
that
There
things like
were
that.
people that made great pop records. It's a shame no Tinchy Strider made it on here, but Tinchy Strider made some good pop rap songs that are
Yeah,
arguably
songs,
very
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
it was that time with like the kind of dancey, kind of housey kind of
Yeah.
vibe
Yeah.
that people they were trying to like blend and mix. You know what I'm saying? So I think they were just trying to do a thing. Like, you know how certain sounds have are trendy or a movement.
Yeah,
In
That-
all
like
genres.
rap was the last 10 years. You know what I mean? We had pop stars on rap tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like even like within rap, like we always have like certain trends. Like for example, we had the dancing trend in rap. We had the crunk. We had the Migos type flow. Like there's all different types of different trends throughout things, and I think if you go for history, even in R&B, you have it as well. If you listen to like R&B songs or any kind of songs from a certain particular time, they will have a similar kind of sound. Like we had this kind, like at one point we had that kind of Afro beats kind of sound as well, that everyone was trying to copy and implement into their sound. So I think at that time they were just trying to capitalize on that trendy sound.
Well, I don't think Dizzy Rascal in this album, Boy in the Corner, does that. Afterwards, 100%. When he was with
Yeah.
Calvin Harris and
Yeah, exactly.
is Bonkers on this album or is it not?
No,
No,
Bonkers
it's not,
was
no.
not on
No,
Boy.
no.
Boy in the
Yeah,
That's
Corner.
like that's like album 4.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
All right, fair
Yeah.
enough. But yeah, I mean, what you're saying is right, Neil. But in this time, there was
Yeah.
none of that going on because we're still early
Facts.
into the scene. And it's like I said, I don't think Wiley's known personally to me. I could be proven wrong for having a good album, but Boy in the Corner, it has to go through to the next round at least because, in my eyes, it's a classic. And when people think of UK rap, grime, whatever you want to call it, Boy in the Corner's coming up every time.
Yeah.
From
Boy in the
all
Corner
different
paved the
people.
way, innit? Paved the way for like some of the albums that we spoke about previously. I was just gonna make I might be off with this, but I feel like was the game kind of did people see Dizzy and the success he had early on and try and chase that up until a point? So
Oh,
like for
yeah,
instance,
they were jealous. People were jealous. People were like, why
Yeah.
is he being put on and I'm not being? Well, not even
Yeah.
put on. Why is he so special and I'm not?
But like I don't like obviously the first Boy in the Corner was hugely successful, and then the second album Showtime also was off the back of that. But then Dizzy obviously kind of for reasons outside of music and whatnot steps away from the grime scene, starts to make different music. Like we talk about the stuff with Calvin Harris and tunes like Bonkers and all that. But the wider scene started trying to make records like that too as well. I feel like up until maybe someone like a Tinchy, who had a massive amount of success as well. It's not Tinchy. Well,
You mean
Tinchy's
Tiny
up there too,
Temper?
but Tiny Temper, yeah.
You know what's funny?
Um,
I literally just looked at this list. I thought we haven't put Tiny Temper's album Written in the Stars on here, which is an absolute banger of an album. But forget that.
Or Discovery, innit? But I guess what I'm saying is, and it kind of to bring it back full circle. I think that Boy in the Corner, it's just it paved the way and set a bar that I think a lot of the scene were trying to keep up with, if that makes sense. So, that's my pick as well.
Okay. We haven't heard from Theo and Kieran.
No,
again.
it's Boy in the Corner. I'm not even playing around. But Boy in the Corner is a classic, man. I just didn't want you disrespecting Wiley like that, but this is like almost like no discussion. Putting Dizzy Rascal over this album goes over that all day, every week. So
Okay, fair enough. I think Kieran's going to be leading the same way.
Yeah. I was just wanting to say a few things. I feel like, it's interesting you mentioned the Tiny Temper album. Actually, I forgot about that, but that was actually a good album.
Discoveries are crazy.
album.
I'm looking at
Yeah.
the track list now.
Frisky, Pass Out,
Whoa.
there's some crazy singles on that.
Mm.
But back to the topic, I think obviously I'm picking Boy in the Corner as well, but I do feel like Wiley, his better albums are Playtime Is Over and Godfather as well.
Godfather's good, yeah.
Those two are good albums.
He had a mixtape run as well, didn't he? Wiley?
He did, yeah. This
Yeah.
is the thing. Like Wiley's, he kind of reminds me of Lil Wayne in a way. He's prolific. He's just got a lot of stuff. It's not really about the albums as much.
I know Wiley more as the person who started the sound, so the Esky beat sound. He started that sound. He made a lot of beats for people, and then he put the people he thought were best in positions of power, and then they all
Such as
kind of
Dizzy, yeah.
they kind of shunned him for whatever reasons. He's a difficult character to get along with, whatever. But you talk to anybody who's from this era, you talk to Chip, you talk to Dizzy, you talk to pretty much anyone who's big now or was big then. They'll say Wiley had an instrumental part in putting them on. So, you know, shout out Wiley.
He did well though. Do you know that album, The Ascent, in 2013? That was so big when I was at uni. It has all his #1 singles like Heatwave, Can You Hear Me?
Do you know what's funny, right?
Yeah.
It's like I said, my favorite Wiley song is Rolex Sweep. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's Skepta, isn't it?
No.
Do you mean wearing my Rolex?
Where are my Rolex?
Yeah, Rolex sweep is.
Yeah, no, you're
Skepta.
right. That's Skepta. Yeah.
Skepta went
There was a lot
for
of
a phase,
Rolexes.
man. Remember all over the house. Fucking hell.
All over the house.
Sure.
You want to talk about Transformers?
I remember
That's
that.
a serious song.
Crazy.
Transformers, Man Them in Disguise. That's so silly, that song.
Madness,
People people keep trying to get him cancelled for that, and you have to accept certain things happened at a certain time and it was okay then. That it is what it is, you know? But all right, let's move on. We're on to the Dave section. So for the
Wait,
Dave
I said I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
boy
yeah.
in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, we already do that. Sorry, I
Clean
didn't even
sweep.
know you didn't speak.
Clean
Sorry,
sweep.
I don't know what I did.
This is the thing, because it's 5 people, it just votes it out.
No, I feel like I heard your voice that he was gonna pick Boy in the Corner. Am I?
Nah, boy in the corner for me. You know, it's funny. I didn't really listen to the album through and through, but I'm picking it more on just cultural impact. If I'm being honest.
The artwork's iconic. Everyone can picture the artwork right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I think I'm leaning more towards that, and just sort of of what I was listening or what I heard around me at the time. Boy in the corner would definitely take it more so.
Nice.
So
Yeah, sorry about that, Neil.
no, so
sorry.
good.
But we now are on to the Dave section. So we got Dave's psychodrama versus We're All Alone in This Together. I am going to be honest here. Psychodrama ain't it.
You didn't know about that album at all.
Oh, I
No
knew
one
that
should
was
like that
coming.
album.
I knew that was coming.
I'm just keeping it
You
real.
don't like the piano. It's
It's not just that. I can give you the full answer, yeah. The songs on there, the concept, it wants to be something interesting. But the songs on there ain't as good as the songs. Like, if we do, there's 10 songs here, there's 10 songs there. There's more good songs on We're Alone in This Together than there is on Psychodrama. Even though Psychodrama has 2 very, very, very big hits in Location and Disaster for me. So, I'm giving it a hard time, but I'm just trying to be real here that Psychodrama ain't it for me.
See, this is the first conundrum for me because I've got. If we're talking about like, what do I? If we're gonna go for a personal preference on like the sound, the one that I probably go back to more is We're All Alone in This Together. But then there's a lot about Psychodrama I admire and I respect, and like you say, there are songs on there that again that I return to often and whatnot.
Location is a classic. Location is one of those songs that you could play now, you could play in 10 years' time, and everyone's gonna bloody love it. Like that song does not feel 7, 8 years old like it is. It's timeless in my eyes.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I could be swayed. So I want to hear from everyone else and see what they're saying.
Let's hear from the man that's lying down. Let's hear from Mr.
Shut up, like.
No. Keep that in. That's one. Turn it up. Turn it up. Yeah. I like that.
That was from the board, by the way, people.
I was gonna say.
In case you know.
Yeah, that sounded so natural as well. I like it. I think for me, I was just looking at the albums just now, and I think automatically my mind said Psychodrama, but then I went on to We're All Alone in This Together, and I'm like,
That one's got the real hits. You want to talk about real hits? Verdansk is a crazy song.
Right, the dance is crazy, man.
Clash and In the Fire, but I hate In the Fire.
This is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. It does something to me, man. In the Fire is just. it makes me want to rap. And I tell you guys this all the time. When I feel like I want to rap, I know I'm onto something here. Like,
but that's such a good thing. That's such a good analogy when you base it off that. It's true. When a song makes you want to rap, you know it's like hitting because it does something to you, like like physically, emotionally. It gives you that feeling, and that's what you want from music. So
the funny thing is,
right.
if this category was split and these albums were going against other things that we've got on here, Dave's 2 albums might make it further into the bracket. You get what I'm trying to say?
100%. They'll both go through. I would say.
Even from me,
hard.
but
That's why I put these together.
yeah. So Nil's leaning towards psychodrama, but he
I'm
wants to be
going
honest.
to We're All Alone as well. You know?
no, I think it's gonna be for me. I think it's gonna be the other one. We're all alone in this
Neil
together.
swayed me. I was gonna go psychodrama. So I feel like it's got that classic.
Let me look at the track list as well, man.
The track list
The
of
cover art as
psychodrama,
well,
you're
you
not
know.
going to remember it. You're going to remember location, and you're going to remember disaster. That's all you're going to look and not be able to picture what those songs are like. Whereas We're All Alone This Together, you know that there's a song on there that you're like, this song is so good. It carries the whole album, which is In the Fire.
No, do you know what? I like and remember most of psychodrama. You know, I think it is just that the aesthetic thing. I just prefer the production on, and I do, and him rapping as well actually, because we talk about the delivery a lot with Dave, and I do prefer just his voice on We're Alone in This Together as well. So
I'm start performing a bit more, which is something we're really kind of being harsh on him about, but it's so true. He doesn't perform his bars as hard as he should.
Because again, like, with psychodrama, I'm thinking about it now, how young he was. And the concept of it is pretty special, you know. Like he was doing the whole therapy thing 3 years before Kendrick did it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but Tyler did it first, and that was 2012. So let's not even talk about that.
Wait, what? Oh, that's different. That's like, that's different. I know what you mean. Yeah. But no, I think it deserves its props. But I'm now leaning on to We're All Alone in This Together.
The concept is strong on psychodrama. I'm not taking that away from him. But it's just album for album. You know, I've really scared the boy who played the harp trumps both of these, but it's not on there yet. It's not on this list.
No.
Which is a shame, but it's because it's so fresh. Like we're recording this 17th of November. Yeah,
it would just be too skewed. Like it would get silly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go. We're All Alone in This Together. You know, I think I'm gonna have to.
In this climate,
Trust me, I would make it. I would get it to the final. I'd be talking so crazy.
But it's not. It's not one of the greatest. Even though I said it's an instant classic, it's not one of the greatest. When we revise this in 4 or 5 years' time, maybe there'll be a Dave album in there, but it's not.
It's mad because you called it an instant classic, and like you were certain when it dropped.
It's good. It's very, very good. But you know, we're not discussing that now. We're discussing stuff that's had time to sit. You know what I mean? Stuff that's had time to sit and marinate, and that album hasn't marinated yet for me. So it sounds like we're all going for We're All Alone in This Together, which is sad because it's not Dave's best work yet. Dave's best work is yet to come in my eyes.
And there isn't a location on We're All Alone in This Together. I feel like Location is just such a timeless song.
But he what I've realized now, which I didn't realize until the most recent album came out and I went back. The first album, he actually tried to make a hit, and he did in Location. But since then, he's never really tried to make a hit.
He started dropping that.
Yeah, it's a shame. All right, so we're on to.
Wait, hold on. What was that exactly you say? He didn't try to make a hit.
He's not trying to make hits now.
What, since Location?
Yeah.
Do you mean actually like trying
in the album?
Right.
I reckon Clash was in We're All Alone. We're All Alone in This Together.
That was a moment where Stormzy's on top, though, right? So Stormzy's on top, and you want to have the best rapper, in quotes again, the best rapper in the scene on your album, which would be Stormzy. And that's the result. Just because you have the biggest rapper or artist on your album doesn't mean you're trying to make a hit. You know what I mean?
Do you know?
No, I think he did because he was talking like the point of conversation was very like trendy topics. Like it was very like Jordan 4s and Jordan 1s. Like that was like the biggest like trainings people were wearing like at the time.
But his biggest hits are stuff that's not on these albums. It's stuff like the one with Fredo, Freaky Friday, the Central C ones. Yeah, those are the hits. Those are the attempts at hits in my eyes.
I know what you mean. I think Dave's always like I kind of agree with you both. I think Dave's always trying to make it. There's always going to be the big record or the hit on the album. Even though on this one, the Thames record, it might not be as sort of overt and in your face, but that's the single, right? That's the
sexy era. What summertime?
But Location is like Location feels like an actual like they sat down and went, right, let's write and like let's try and get a number one single. Do you know what I mean? That it felt like a real sort of. I don't want to say forced because it's a good song. I'm not trying to like disrespect it, so I get it. Clash is
You know
Clash is a hit as well, but it's not like a
know
bait. Like, oh, we're trying to get number one type thing.
You have sparked a memory in my mind, Neil. That song Clash is a performance from Dave that I love, especially when he does that. Don't get caught for puss, don't die for nyash. Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Those bars are
There's a few-
fantastic, but he doesn't do that enough. If he did a whole song where he just kind of went outside himself a bit and performed them like that, he's gonna have a good time. But yeah, that's unfortunate actually. Now I think about it, but sorry, Sean. I was thinking of what I was going to say next.
It's all good.
Right.
We're done, I think. We're
I was
wrapped
gonna say,
up.
but you're right in saying that there's an element of him trying to make a hit, but also not making hits. You know what I mean? I've been on the other side where I'm saying he's not trying, but he obviously does try, but he doesn't. You know, it's a bit effortless.
Yeah.
Cool.
Whereas locations, you can see what they were going for, and they succeeded. But
100%.
Next round.
Next thing's next. So we got two rappers here that I've always been a big fan of, but no one else here really, really rocks with. I don't know why. But Giggs Landlord and Heady One.
I don't know where we're getting this.
I don't know.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking
People
about?
have clowned me for saying, listen to this new Giggs track, listen to this new Giggs track, listen to this new Heady One. People,
I've been checking for. We're talking nonsense now because every time you check about Heady One, I've been checking Heady One left, right, and centre. You can't be saying
Heady One's fallen off a bit. I'll be honest.
No, he has fallen off.
Yeah.
He's fallen off. He's not what he is.
Did he ever get on?
What he's doing.
Huh? Oh, don't do that.
Oh, it's not that sound.
See? Right. Certain people that should have been talking 5 seconds ago started talking now. I told you, people have been telling me, Heady One's rubbish. What is all this boring flow stuff? Maybe it was Neil that was saying that.
There was me.
Let's talk
It was
album,
me.
man. Edna.
Let's talk about Edna then.
I like
Let's talk
that.
about Edna.
Yeah. No,
There's
that's
some
when
good
Heady
moments
One was
on Edna.
Yeah,
I
100%.
think.
I think it's the better album here.
Yeah, I'm picking
Yeah,
Edna.
so do I.
so
do
do
I.
I. Now we
I
gotta
actually
be
think it's
serious
Edna.
now.
No,
We gotta be
I'm being
serious.
serious.
No
I actually
Giggs
think
has the
Edna's a
hits.
better album.
Giggs has Giggs has there's certain like the higher highs, the bangers, the takeaways, and
Does
that.
it
But
though?
as a
Like,
body of work,
ain't it different though? Or are we talking about whole careers? What are you talking about?
no, I'm talking Landlord. You don't remember what was
Yeah.
on Landlord?
It's got Whipping Excursion, I know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ain't it different?
You guys,
Hold on.
listen,
More people know ain't
I'm
it
gonna have to
different?
do a tour and start playing this Giggs album to people. Whipping Excursion, Just Swerving, Lockdo,
Yeah.
Sipping,
It had the hits. It had the
Clip Tip
bangers.
with the spinner, Clip Tip. Oi, you guys are stupid. It's not Edna that's the best album.
Nah, listen, I'm with you on there's the higher highs, like I say, but as the body of work, I think
That's what
Edna
I'm going
tips
for.
it.
I think Edna's a better body of work. When I play it top to bottom, it's a better body of work.
I feel
That's
sorry
what
for
I
you.
would
You're
say
playing
personally.
Edna top
You know
to
what?
bottom.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't listen
It's
to
not
Edna,
that bad.
innit?
I don't even know
But
why.
I don't like-
That's why you like
You
Edna.
were just talking about
who likes
Heady
Edna?
One, like,
Me.
you
Sam.
know what? I'm not putting anyone on Heady One, and then you're saying I feel sorry for you playing it top to bottom. What are we doing?
Sounds trolling, man.
It'd be boring if we sat here
Call
and
out the
agreed, man. That's the point.
Oh,
Go on, sorry, Neil. Go on, talk.
No, sorry. I'm just saying it's unfair for me to really like compare the two because I haven't really listened to Edna. 'Cause I'm not really a fan of Heady One in it, so yeah. So for me, it's kind of like it's not even a conversation because like I don't even like Heady One too tough. Nothing personal. I'm just not a fan of his music, so I think I'm leaning definitely more towards Giggs on this one.
Can we be honest as well, though, Neil? You're not a big fan of drill in general.
I'm not a fan of terrible music.
Oh.
I don't think it's drill. I don't think I'm against any genre in particular. I think it's more so.
Neil's just trying to get quotables for the board. What the hell?
No, I'm not. I really
am
am not. I really am not. 'Cause I do like drill
Terrible
music. I do like drill music. I don't think it's so much the type of music. I think it's kind of how people do it. I feel like it's a bit lazy. However, what I would say with Heady though, I rate him. I think some of the songs I've heard, his production is absolutely flawless. Like,
Ain't It Different is one of
it's
those beats.
so yeah, exactly, great. Like, it's absolutely insane, but it's just the bars are not there for me.
I see what you're saying. It's like, what's he actually doing on
Yeah.
his tracks? Yeah.
Like,
It's the thing is with drill music, it's mostly about the flow and then them kind of doing self-exposure
Exactly.
about the crimes they've committed. So maybe that's not really that artistically creative to you, which makes sense. But Edna's an experimental album in regards.
no, I think
to the
it
fact-
is. For example, I like Unknown T. Like the way he
Unknown
flows,
T
I
is
love
goated,
it.
though. We've always put
I
Unknown
love
T on a different
his
level.
flow
Yeah, but
is
he's a
crazy.
different animal, though.
But do you see what I'm saying, though?
Unknown T
It's
is
drill, though,
something
isn't
else.
it?
Wait,
He's
no, I
not.
know
He's
what
not.
you're
He's
saying.
not. He's advanced past drill in my eyes.
Yeah, but
It's drill, though.
when
Is it
you
not
bring
drill?
up Unknown T, I see what you're talking about, Neil, because he's just different. That guy, he's just different, stratosphere. Honestly, he's something else.
Unknown
Love
T is drill, and the early stuff obviously is like is
But
obviously
he does
drill,
it
but
in a
he's definitely gone
he does it
beyond
in a
it. Like,
different way,
He
doesn't
brought a
he?
new flavor to drill.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thing about drill, right? You get someone who brings a new flavor, and then
Yeah.
a lot of people copy them, or there's copycat artists. But Unknown T brought a new flavor, and no one can copy it because it's all. It's like J Hus. It's all in the voice. You can't put the
And he
voice
brings
on.
such a spice to it, doesn't he? Like when you hear him and just what he does on like just even like and you're like,
he's blessed with an amazing voice, man.
Yeah.
His voice is incredible.
Yeah.
That's part of what we enjoy. Or personally, what I enjoy about drill is obviously the authenticity, you know, the bars, but then the voice is really important for drill because it sets the tone. But anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand here: Landlord versus Edna. So, Sean, you're leaning towards Edna.
I'm just ignorant. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know Landlord as well.
Okay, so Kieran's leaning towards Edna. Theo, you're leaning towards Edna as well.
Yeah, I'm saying Edna. I said Edna. Yeah,
That's a shame.
So
I'm
3-2.
going Landlord, and that's only because I remember listening to this album a lot. Like I used to listen to Landlord all the time.
Fair enough, man.
And then Giggs popped off after that and became a lot more mainstream. But in my book, Giggs has always been a legend.
I've loved the Gigs, yeah, since Talking the Hardest, the get go.
Talking the Hardest, and he had that other song, Pain is the Essence. Big song. Big song.
Yeah.
Even that second album was good as well. I can't remember what that track was.
The thing is, as well, when you think about it, like not nowadays, but
Look what the
especially
cat
back
did.
then, you didn't listen to people's albums. You just heard the songs on the radio, outside in a club, whatever. But Giggs was always playing, and somehow you end up knowing all the lyrics, and you never really.
This
listened
is
to
the
Giggs
thing
like
with
that.
Giggs, though. He's one of the most unique rappers ever. Let's be real. The way he comes, and
100%.
it always gets me.
Giggs has the biggest song. The people call "Talking the Hardest" the national anthem, and I don't blame them. It's like that song is addictive as hell, addictive as hell. And yeah, I don't know. I think if I'm being honest here, I would want to say Edna, but I can't because I loved Landlord so much. You know,
What for you guys? What song on Edna is like what's giving you guys this kind of energy?
Ain't It Different is what they're gonna say.
The light is
it
also
on there?
good for me as well. The light, Psalm 35.
Yeah,
just
that
think,
one.
yeah, just think it's a body of work. To be honest,
Yeah,
with you.
okay.
Wanna-
Fair.
Yeah, trust me, like top to bottom, you'll just get good tracks throughout.
Yeah,
Okay, fair.
Had the Only You freestyle on there as well, didn't it?
Drake.
With Aubrey.
So Neil, you know you like that song.
What song? Sorry.
Only
Put
You
Drake
with
on it.
Drake.
Yeah.
What? On this
A
Edna
ting
thing?
called me Habibi Upti, you know.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that
shit,
one.
I forgot.
Oh
about those parts.
yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not gonna lie. Still, it doesn't beat Giggs for me.
No, I know. I just know you like that song.
Yeah.
But as well, could we give Heady one his flowers? He did close the gap between the other side of the pond and here. He's got Cash Page on here, which is, you know, she's a big American artist. He has Future on here. Kenny Beats. We all love Kenny Beats. He's on here. You know, he did, obviously Future, Drake, whatever, but he did cross the better than anyone else I've seen in recent years.
He finessed it nicely, yeah.
One thing I would say is though, he also kind of like he turned the drill rap. I feel like a lot of it was amateur.
Yeah, he
and
turned it professional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
He commercialized it.
Yeah.
I think he definitely like.
It was
really...
raw though. That's the thing. When I'm thinking about it, you're right, Neil. From 2015 to 2020, it was raw, and that's probably what I liked about it. That drill was raw, but he put that nice polish on it, and from that we ended up with bigger artists. We got K-Trap. K-Trap took the mask off by this point. You know, got a bit more flexy with it. Blade Brown also could step into the main kind of stay a bit more. But these are people that have been in the drill scene for ages. So Heady One did push that little envelope of the UK scene forward, but not enough. Not enough.
Okay.
Wait, so how many votes do we have for?
It's three for Edna and 2 for Landlord.
Okay.
So as much as we're talking it down like it won, it didn't. Yeah, I mean, oh god. Right, moving swiftly onwards and upwards to someone whose name that we said wrong on the podcast for ages, but Sean persisted and he was right. Passaloo, baby. Send
I
them
was
to
about to say it
Coventry.
wrong.
Huh?
I was about to say pass Salut again.
Exactly. I know. I don't know how
Yeah,
strong
it took us a year or two to get that name,
us.
didn't it?
You were on it from the beginning. It's like I think it's Parsalou. Like, what the fuck is that? It's PA Salut. What are you talking about? Like, it's like, no, Parsalou. I think so. You're right. Yeah. So send them to Coventry and African Alien. I'll be honest. I remember Send Them to Coventry more than I remember African Alien because African Alien came out last year when I was it last year? Year before last?
It was a late drop as well.
Well,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wasn't listening to it because I was trying to get ready for the awards. So that album kind of fell by the wayside. If there's hits on there, I don't know them.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I feel like maybe I'm doing African Alien a disservice because I remember liking it and I loved Belly, that track, when that
This
came
is the
out.
thing.
Oh yeah, Belly's very good.
Project,
But
but I just didn't listen.
But you're both right because that's the same thing that's happened with me. It dropped late, and I remember going through it and thinking this is decent, but it didn't give me the same feeling as Send Them to Coventry.
Yeah, Send Them
But
to
I don't know if
Coventry.
I'm doing it. I don't know if I'm doing it a disservice because I never went back to African Alien. The thing is, I listened to it once and I never went back to it.
See,
Didn't think
both
it
of
was
them.
bad.
Yeah,
It,
but
dro-
I
it
think
dropped
both of
literally
them.
like it dropped this
Yeah.
time last year, and this time of the year is when we're preparing for award ceremonies. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
we're not listening to new stuff like that. It's like you have to drop between October and January to get in.
I'm picking African Alien though. I feel like it was
Oh.
more complete artistry. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Fair
I feel like Send Them to Coventry, when I listened to it, I was like, cool, but I know this isn't your final form. And I feel like
Yeah.
it was reaching that more.
But it has big songs. That's
Big
the
songs.
thing that's been carrying a lot of albums through here.
It
And Send Them
does,
to
but-
Coventry had Frontline. That song,
Energy, yeah, mad
Serious.
energy on that. And do you know what? I think it might be. I think. Do you know what? I think I wish I spent a bit more time because maybe I would agree with you, Kieran. Because I do remember listening to African Alien and being like, oh, that there's from the production side of things and just the kind of the instrumentation on there. I was like, oh, this is a level up.
As well.
But then, yeah, Send Them to Coventry was the impact. Because do you know what it was as well? So J Hus comes out, right, with Common Sense. And we start hearing quite a lot of artists that sound like J Hus. And then Parsalou comes along. And that was the first time where I was like, yes, I can hear the influence. But I was like, oh, this guy's got it. Like, this is... He's doing
But it's not
something
the-
a step
this
above
is
most
just how
other
some
people.
people sound, right? Sure, like this is just how they talk. It's
No,
not
but I think J Hus had a big impact, and a lot of artists were trying to make a similar style music. That whole Afro swing thing became real big when he made. Do you know what I mean? But I think that Parsley there was a grit. I don't know if it was the Coventry
Yeah, he wrote
accent
it
as well.
different.
There was something about him that he just had a different flavour, his own sort of unique spin on it, and then working with people like what's the guy that shouts Back Row
Back Row G, your
Yeah.
favorite
Back
guy.
Row G,
Yeah.
this guy, man.
Do you know what I mean?
That guy is
Like that
something
link up as well. I think on that basis, I'm gonna sway to that one. But this is another one where I'm like, oh, I might be doing a disservice to African Alien. But yeah, Send Them to Cov would be my one. Yeah.
I don't think Neil even has a horse in this race. I don't think Neil has listened to either of these albums.
Nope. But I'm gonna go with Coventry.
Mr. Birmingham, he's going with that.
Yep, Midlands all day.
There we go.
Theo, as our resident Midlands correspondent, what do you think of Parsalou?
No, I really like Parsley, but I'm probably just going on what Send Them to Coventry did because I was playing that non-stop. But I do feel like I'm doing African Alien a disservice, but I've got to go with what I feel, and it's probably Send Them to Coventry.
Okay, that's pretty cut and
just,
shut then.
yeah.
So only Kieran's gone for African Alien. But again, I feel like I should go back and listen to it, but I haven't got time for that this year, unfortunately. So yeah, Send Them to
Too much
Coventry's
music.
going through, which is a shame. But we got to do what we got to do.
Now this next one, I'm interested.
Okay.
Really
one's hard.
All right. So now
one's hard.
we just spoke about this guy briefly, J Hus, and how he influenced the scene and whatever else. Yeah. And we've got the two albums here that make sense to have on here: Common Sense and Big Conspiracy. Now, I want to be honest. I'm going to let everyone else talk because I think everyone who's listened to the pod or just knows me in general knows what I'm going to pick. So I'm going to throw it over to Neil because he missed out on the last conversation and make him come into the conversation.
Bro, this is easy, bro. Big Conspiracy for me. Yo, bangers. Was this?
Also, sorry, I forgot to add. At the end of your little statement, can you do your best J Hus impression, please? Thank you.
Oh my god, I was doing this. All right, cool. So, Big Conspiracy. If I'm correct, this happened COVID time. Right. So in COVID, I think we could have like a little bubble. So me and the guys, we had our bubble. We come outside after work during these weird times, and we'll play the album. And the vibe we had from this, like we was just vibing to every song on this album, and it was just amazing. It was just I don't even know. I don't think there's one particular hit that's just like actually there is a couple, but I was listening to the other day and I reloaded Helicopter 5 times.
Helicopter serious.
Like 5 times. There's so many quotables in that album, like top to bottom. There's no way. What? Cucumber.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
bro,
Now you're talking. You're talking.
come on.
That's
Like,
a big song. The way
what
he's
have
singing
you-
on that is crazy.
bruh. Like, there's so many things. Yo, let me set up for this one. Yeah, conspiracy, big conspiracy. Like, I think that's when he upped the levels. That told me that he holds the crown, and no one could take it from him. No
Well,
matter
he
what
took
he
it from
does.
himself with his most recent album, but we won't get into that.
Nah, no matter what he does in the future, in the past, wherever, he solidified with that album. You know, some people solidify with certain albums like a Lauryn Hill or what have you. I think this was his thing, Lauryn Hill album for me. I think it's goated. It can't be erased. Him and J5, amazing. Production,
Crazy combo.
amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So yeah, I think just because it has so many quotable lines, so many memorable hits on there, and what it did when it hit the streets, yeah, I think for me, that is it.
And your J House impression, please, to
Oh
end your
my
statement.
god, I don't even know. I can't even think. Let me come back to that one, please, because I don't want to fuck it up.
Rubbish. We'll move on to Sean. Sean's been itching to do a J House impression his whole life. Sean,
No,
talk to us about
you're
this.
getting out of me. No, look, I just want to echo kind of not echo because I wasn't in that bubble that he was talking about. I didn't have that personal experience. But
Wasn't invited to the bubble.
and do you know what as well? I'm actually I'm fully contradicting myself based on like the decision I made for the previous round, but it's purely based on the fact that I've just listened to both albums a lot more, and I think that as much as Common Sense had again a huge impact and kind of like paved this way for all these artists that sounded like J Hus and had huge hits and everything like that, Big Conspiracy he just leveled up in nearly every aspect.
100%.
Nearly like pretty much
It's
every
more
aspect.
refined, isn't it? There's less
It's
tracks,
more
but they're better
refined,
tracks.
yeah. And I don't know if it was to go back to the kind of the time in which it came out. I remember 2019 we had this really strong year for the UK, and then March 2020 we go into obviously the pandemic, and you get this. You know, this is when most of us started chatting about music, and there was we know what albums came out for the remainder of that year. This felt like it was in its own little year almost. It just was it kind of like
Nothing
lived
was
in this
coming
time.
out, so it was you had to
it-
listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and every now and then throughout lockdown and everything like that, I just kept going back to it, and it just felt like its own thing. Like it was almost like if we did a end of year list, this one had to have its own like period. I don't know, I can't really describe it, but yeah, I just think it was more refined, chewed off the fat. I think that the whole concept as well and the introspection on there was you could feel it. Yeah, this album I think is going to go a long way in this bracket. Put it that way.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I want to jump to someone who I think is probably leaning the other side. Kieran, I feel like you're leaning towards Common Sense.
Do you know what? It's crazy because, oh man, I hear everything everyone's saying about Big Conspiracy. It is that level up as well. I'm looking at the track list of Common Sense though. Just
There's
like
a lot of hits on
there's-
Common
there's
Sense.
bangers on there.
there's
Yeah.
like deep memories. Like there's almost like core memories with a lot of these tracks. Like I'm thinking of being in a car with someone and then like Friendly comes on. Or they put on that other one. What's that one? Clarton, and it's like the bombs on Max. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Starting it off. Starting it
And I'm
off.
just,
That
I'm
track
trying to
is
think like
serious, you know.
impact as well. This first album made such crazy waves. It was almost like
It was a
because
Drake
it-
moment in the UK.
It couldn't top it, like in terms
Yeah.
of the waves it had made, because it's like you in UK you can't go beyond what this album did. And I feel like the incorporating melodic into this kind of genre hadn't really worked well at all in the past before this. It's like far and few songs.
This
It's not
album
a
also
full
changed my Nando's order. I drink Fanta with no ice. That's it. I don't want
This-
Fanta with ice anymore. You know what I
This
mean?
album's a classic. I can't like it reminds me of the Dave comparison we did, but I think this one is it's even more in that conversation.
There's mad
I'm gonna
quotables on
go.
there.
I'm
And
gonna go with Common Sense because it's one of those classics that I feel like I was like, oh, this is pop music, but it's like it was actually good as well.
And it was a
It was,
new
it was,
genre, not a
it was
new
one of
genre,
those
but it
ones.
was the
It
best
is.
of the new genre. You know what I
It's
mean?
Well, it started it off.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I kind of like lost for words, you know. I think like this Common Sense is crazy good.
And he had big moments. Like I have distinct memories of J Hus like coming up off this album. You know what I mean? Before the hits were undeniable, but this album it brought in a new era of the UK kind of scene. I remember the videos were really slick. The songs were like feeling brand new. You know, shout out J5. He really carried on this album. But yeah, I mean, now I'm gonna kind of jump to Theo because I think Theo is more with the consensus here, which is, you know,
Well, I am, but I hear what Kieran's saying though, because I remember when Common Sense came out, man. I just think it was the moment. You are right though, probably because I'm just thinking of when it was lockdown and when Big Conspiracy came out, and there wasn't a lot of music dropping, so you had to listen to it, and there
We
was
were hungry.
yeah. And the thing is, in lockdown, what you doing? You want something to listen to, and I was just playing Big Conspiracy top to bottom, and it was just absolutely amazing. So. I would have to say that I am leaning towards that, but I can't forget what Common Sense did, man. I'm just looking at the track list for Common Sense again. Some of the tracks on there are serious, man.
if J Hus put on a
Absolutely
tour
serious.
Hooks
and
on
the
there
tour
as
was
well.
him just playing Common Sense, that tour would sell out.
There's a
Because
part.
that
You
album
have to
top to
think
bottom
as
is,
well.
That
is
album
very,
is
very classic.
unbelievable.
The context that Common Sense was released in, so many amazing rap albums came out in 2017, and even still, we were listening to Common Sense, like dominating our radios. We were just choicefully listening to, it, even though the radio was giving it to us. Do you know what I mean? Like, would I don't know if Big Conspiracy would have done that in that context.
It did have
2017
the
was
songs for
crazy.
it though. Big Conspiracy does have the songs for radio play. Like Neil said, Cucumber is a serious song. If you've been
does.
in your fields before, listen to Cucumber. That's a serious song. Gave her the cucumber. Hey, serious.
Yeah.
For me personally, I can't pick between these two, and just for the sake of my own sanity, I'm gonna go Common Sense, even though Big Conspiracy is going through. Just because
Wait,
I like Common
Conspiracy
Sense
is
more.
Big Conspiracy is more artistic. I'll give it that. But it's like so is Common Sense though in a different kind of way. You know,
Yeah.
he was hitting a different kind of
Yeah.
artistry.
I
This
could
is a
put,
tough
I could
one.
put these albums against other albums that we've already voted through,
Facts.
and they're sailing through. But then
Yeah,
we'd end up with
yeah.
a
Yeah.
J Hus final.
Common
you
Sense
know?
We're
would
not,
go
even,
far.
we're not even having this
Yeah.
discussion. No, but we're not
Yeah.
even having this discussion. It's like just a no-brainer if you were doing that.
Yeah.
Because
Just be
what
like,
J
go
Hus is
straight
doing,
through.
it is a bit like the UK version of Drake in a way. He's the way he's combining the melody and the rap, but he's doing it in his own way. It's just
And it
chef's
always
kiss.
lands. We always get onto people for singing on songs and it doesn't land. J Hus has never missed with his singing because he does it
Never.
just enough where it's like, you know what I mean? It's hitting right. So
And
shout out
like
J Hus.
often these rappers don't appeal to like the female population as well, but
Oh, J Hus is
does.
big
Oh,
on the
man.
J Hus is massive.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah.
and he calls
Yeah.
himself ugly as well, which helps. You know what I mean? It kind of leads into it.
That
But
B.I.G. kind of thing.
Got it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. He's like, you're fucking with me because I'm a gangster, and you're fucking with me as well because these songs bang as well. So shout out J Hus on the whole. It's unfortunate Common Sense can't make it through because Common Sense would have knocked out, you know, a lot of the albums that we've got above this. But Big Conspiracy is going through, and I'm not mad at that. But at the same time, it's,
I think either can go through for sure, man.
I mean, unfortunately, only Big Conspiracy can go through. Right, let's go to the other side of the bracket.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we can discuss these
Speed
albums.
up, yeah.
Well, no, we could discuss these albums with the same kind of pace and then relax a second, Sean. Discuss these albums with the same kind of pace, the same kind of love, and then when we get to the second, third, and fourth parts of the bracket,
yeah.
we're just going around and saying which album's going through. No descriptions, no
yeah, we'll
reasons
do
why.
that, yeah.
Because we've talked a lot. Well, we will talk a lot about these albums, and otherwise we'd be here for like 4 hours, which is crazy. And I don't think we've got that in us anymore. Right.
No.
So just to clarify, what's made it through the first round of the left side of the bracket, which you will see on screen. I'll somehow try to put a picture of this somewhere for you to look at. But Kano's Hoodies All Summer and Skepta Konnichiwa are through, and they're going against each other in the next round. Kano's Home Sweet Home, Dizzy Rascal, Boy in the Corner, those are going through to the next round versus each other. Dave Rule Alone This Together, Heady One Edna, they're going against each other, and Parsalu and J Hus. So Send Them to Commentary and Big Conspiracy, again, going against each other. Now we're going to the right side of the bracket, so the things that will eventually, hopefully,
Yeah,
get to verse some of the albums on the left side. On the right side of the bracket, what I've realized is we've gone a bit more experimental, which is actually quite nice. So, Sean, you've done a good job with this. There are some generic kind of classics that are from other artists that should have been on the other side of the bracket, but I understand they're not. But let's dig straight into this. We've got Little Sims versus Little Sims, right? This is a crazy move because I already know what album's going through, and I'm not even going to try to debate it too much. But we've got Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, and we've got Lotus.
I think we know what I'm picking.
Yeah,
Simbi.
Let's plug our own stuff, right? I don't remember what award ceremony it was. Maybe it's 2021, 2022.
It was 21.
She
21.
clean sweeped it.
Yeah.
This
album is fantastic. If you ever listen to Little Sims, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, stop the podcast. Stop it right now and go listen to it. Right. We've got Theo's take. We've got Kira's take. Let's hear from Sean and Neil because I think they're leaning towards the Lotus side, I think. Or at least Neil might be.
Yes, sir. Give me the Lotus, please.
Okay.
Yeah, Lotus.
I have something to say about Lotus though. She got concise in it, and she did push it. She pushed.
But it's not as good, is it? It's not as good.
I think Lotus for me just kind of spoke to me more. I think
You love this album. You play it all the time. I know you do.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Lotus is a very good album, and it's high on my list for the end of years. But there's just a few tracks on there that just hold it back for me.
That track really ruins the album, and it's unfortunate because we know, Neil. I know you don't like that track. You can lie and say you do, but you don't.
No, I don't. I don't like it. No.
Sometimes I Might Be Introvert doesn't have that. Every song slaps on that album.
That's actually true.
Literally, Simbi from top to bottom just flows like water. Not even trying to
and there's
go
so
bars
many
or
tracks
anything
on
like
it
that.
as well.
It's just unbelievable. But it's not even that. It's the interlude,
the creativity, every part of it flows into it.
Everything about it.
Oh, fuck it, man. The
Everything about
interludes. It's true. I'm
Interludes
about to go
are
for
fire,
Cindy.
man. Like, imagine an album being that fire, yeah, where you go through it and then the interlude gives you this nice, relaxing break from what you've just heard, and it just goes into the next section. That album is chef's kiss.
You come away from that album with a very good picture of who Little Sims is.
100%. 100%.
You come away and you go, I understand who this woman is, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. Because that end section, when it goes from, was it Misunderstood, and what's the last track as well?
Misunderstood's the last one, but how do you get here?
How do you get here is the one beforehand. Those, just to finish off like that, it's just, I'm sorry, it goes full circle. It's just absolutely.
Also, let's be real, Inflow as well. Like he's a goated producer in this country, and he's at peak form in this album.
This album's iconic to me. The whole look of it, the Alice in Wonderland kind of vibes. It was a very big moment, and coming off the back of the pandemic, this was a great album to release because it was the time where people were listening the most. Because we still had those down periods. Stuff wasn't really open like that. It was hard to get outside. But this album made me feel like okay,
Yeah, the crazy thing as well is we've spoke a lot about bodies of work being concise and refining and all this sort of stuff. This album's over an hour long and it does not feel it.
Yeah, it's
but
very
it does
maximalist.
Not drag.
Yeah.
There's nothing I'm taking away. Yeah.
But it's why it doesn't drag as well. It's so cinematic that you actually feel like you're sat. Yeah. You're watching a whole cinema experience, taking that whole story of who Little Sims is, and you just it's just breathtaking. And the thing that got me is that I was never getting bored of that album. That album, top to bottom, I was never getting bored. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
and every track is good.
And it had pop appeal as well. It had a couple songs in it that had pop appeal.
But that's where I feel with Lotus. As much as I love Lotus, it doesn't give me that same feeling Simbi does.
Nah,
there's
near.
Just one or two tracks there for Lotus that just hold me back from feeling like that. I still think that she's reached some of the highs, but it's not Simbi.
Come on, Neil, talk up Lotus for us. Talk to us about why Lotus is so good for you.
I think Lotus
we're not going to do
different. When I listened to Simbi, a couple of years ago, I kind of skimmed through it, and not in a bad way. Not to say that it's bad. It's not that at all. I just wasn't in the right space to really take it in, and I really enjoyed it because Armani is a massive fan of Little Sims. He's the one that actually put me on to Little Sims. But I think when I kind of lean more into like writing and like music and creating my own stuff, and being able to kind of put down your own feelings on the track or make certain songs, you kind of have a different kind of appreciation or newfound appreciation or love for music. and then seeing Little Sims with her rollout and talking about how she was feeling, the difficulty she's faced releasing the song, and hearing the content and seeing the track list of what she put out, it was just it inspired me, and it was it's nice to know like when celebrities or people that are so accomplished and very skilled that they're human,
Yeah.
that they have these they're not perfect even though they appear to be perfect, and we put them on a pedestal. It's nice to hear that they have their own issues and problems, and you can hear it through the track. It's very much like she said, like a diary that we kind of get a glimpse into, and I love it because she didn't sacrifice quality, she didn't sacrifice the entertainment side of it. She was very experimentative. She played with it. She had fun. She got deep. And yeah, she gave us a good piece of art that we can cherish for a long time, or I can. And it also kind of spurred me to express a different part of myself in my music, which I really appreciate. So hats off to her, because her magic infected me, and I feel like I was able to reproduce that as well in my music. So yeah.
That's nice, man.
Fair enough.
That was making me smile hearing that, man. That was nice.
But it's good when an album affects somebody, right? And that's
Yeah.
why you need this kind of balance of people on the podcast, because otherwise it would just been a little Sims. Sometimes I might be introvert, clean sweep, but it was nice to get that kind of viewpoint on it. But unfortunately, it's not making it through. But
I think
maybe verse other stuff on this, it would have made it through to the next round, which is
there is, yeah. I mean, the one thing I just wanted to add, because I think Neil makes some really good points, but I do think that there's an argument to be made that maybe Sims is a better performer now, like, and maybe more of a risk
switches
taker.
up delivery now. For
Yeah.
sure.
And that you can hear even in an album where she's talking about battling with lack of confidence and writer's block and all this sort of stuff. There is somehow just in the delivery of certain tracks and the risks that she takes more confidence than there was on Simbi. I think there was still an element of I still remember, and you'd have to go back to for me to prove it and listen to that episode, but basically we all said after we reviewed Simbi and we said we had a glowing review of it, but we all said we felt like she could go a step further. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
yeah, but we didn't really clarify what that step further was.
No,
So
I don't
maybe
think we knew, but
maybe Lotus is that step forward, even though there was an album between that, right? But maybe Lotus is that step forward, but it wasn't that step forward that I wanted. Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree. And also, like, we've spoken about one or two tracks that perhaps don't quite land well, but also I think just the songs, the content, the skits, the way it was put together, I think just as a body of work, yeah. Simbi pips it for me. But there's definitely aspects to Lois and just Little Sims now as an artist where I go, she's definitely progressed,
Oh yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
She should have.
We're not debating that. Yeah.
It's been a few years. Like if she hasn't progressed, it's stagnant. I feel like though, because she had to get back on her feet after what happened. So it was.
You say that though, Kieran, but we both know, or we all know, that most artists don't, or they can't sustain progression. Do you know what I mean? There's a rare air of artists that continue to reinvent themselves and push boundaries, and this is why Sims is one of the greatest we've ever had.
But it's one of those ones where it's like talent hits a target that no one else can hit. Genius hits or whatever it's called. Genius hits a target that no one can see. You know what I mean? No one knows what Sims is going to do next, and she's on that genius level where she's battling against herself. I would not say she's here trying to claim she's the best in the scene, this, that, whatever. She's like, I am Little Sims. I am the best, and leave it at that. Do you know what I mean? The music speaks for itself.
Yeah, 100%.
And her appearances on other people's albums, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Right, so sometimes I might be introvert is going through, but shout out to Neil for his words around that other album.
Yeah.
All right, Lil Connor, Hugo, and Bashi being poor is expensive. I want to go back to Neil on this because I know Neil has a lot to say about Bashi.
I think this one was a very, very good album. I think it's a good piece of work for Bashi. I think it has a lot to do with the state of where we are right now in terms of just us as a people, the economy, being black and British, and as well as the age he's at. It all kind of, I think all of that is highlighted and kind of speaks volumes in this this piece of work, he lets you know who he is. He lets you know where he's come from. He lets you know what he's been doing. And he also, and yeah, and I think that's just so important. And I think there's bits of it that I can resonate with it being black British. I'm a bit younger than him, so not everything I can definitely relate to, but I think he really gave people the black Caribbean British experience in this. And yeah, he was just unapologetically himself. And it was nice because it had the essence of reggae in it. It felt like it felt like family listening to this,
Okay.
if that makes sense. I just felt a sense of I understand this. And some hit me deep. Let me have to look at the track list. I think it was the is it the black the smile?
How black men lose their smile or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
that one. That to this day, I haven't played that song in a while, but to this day, that just the idea of that constantly comes up in my head when I see another black man, or if I'm having a bad day, or if I naturally have my don't fuck with me face, and it's not it's not to put on a tough persona or anything like that. It's just that life can sometimes conditions you to have this hard exterior, you know. So I think it gave me a lot of reflection how to kind of just not let life mold me. I can kind of choose my kind of shape I want to be. But it was very good, and I liked his take on it. So I think very impactful. The message was so deep and great, and having a hiatus as what he did, and to produce something like that, it's fucking special, man.
Well, he
Like,
wasn't really having a hiatus. He was more focused on other parts of his artistry, right? He was acting a lot. And
yeah,
still
but
is. He's in something in Netflix now, isn't he?
He is, yeah. But I mean, like hiatus. I mean, like he wasn't actively making music and putting piece of body to work out, and to put something like that out after so long, it's very similar to me, like the clips. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
you've taken so much time out, and you guys brought a high quality product back to us. And you've kind of brought in something new as well. You didn't just do the old stuff. You brought in something new, something thoughtful, something pushing the boundaries, stretching minds, making us think, giving us something that nourishes our souls and minds. So I think that's why I got to give another hats off to Bashi for that. So yeah, sorry, I went too far on that one.
No, you're good.
No,
You're
no,
good.
that's good.
We need someone to talk about because I think, if I'm honest, I haven't really listened to this album as much as Hugo. So I know that Kieran likes it a lot. I know Theo likes it a lot. I know Sean likes it a lot. So it'd be nice to hear kind of what you guys have to say about both projects, but kind of lead with Bashi, I guess, first, and then into Hugo if you want to talk about Hugo as well.
Yeah, I don't mind going. I think one thing I'd say, and this is another one for me, conundrum. I'm still not 100% what I'm going to go with, but I think both albums are very urgent for different reasons. I think for both of them, it was like, obviously from Bashi's perspective, Neil touched on it about like kind of being away for a long time, musically speaking, and the impact that that had. But I think for Loyal Kana, there was a difference in his delivery and the sort of, I guess, the detail and the honesty in his lyrics as well, that made you, for both albums, you sit up. You're like, you've got to listen. You know, you can't not shut off. Every track demands your attention. Both pretty again, sort of concise bodies of work as well. On the production side of things, maybe I lean towards Hugo a bit more. I love what Quez is doing on there, but then Toddler T does a lot on Being Poor is Expensive. But again, I'm trying to we're coming back to a few things. Impact for me. Being Poor is Expensive. Again, it's another moment, man. It's another moment, and it's still living now. We're seeing Bashi come on like Colours and winning awards and things like that. So I don't know which way to go with this one. I don't know which way to go. I feel like I'm edging towards Bashi just off of that, but it's hard, man. Yeah, I need to hear the others.
Yeah. I need to hear someone else who's got big respect for both albums as well. So Theo, Kieran, whichever one of you's.
But again, I've heard Bashi's album and I like it, and it's a very good album. But Hugo did something to me when I listen to that album. That album was amazing to me. I love that album. Like I just love Loyal Kana. So I'd always be leaning towards Loyal Kana because remember what the whole concept and how he articulated that album from top to bottom, especially with the finish and with like how he felt in regards to his dad. I don't know. That album hit me quite a lot. So
It's powerful.
I'm always going to be picking Hugo because that album it spoke many volumes that sat with me. And Bashi's album, as good as I thought, as good as I think it is, and what he did on the album, I'm always going to be leaning towards Hugo. So Hugo's always going to be my pick.
Okay.
I can't get away from that.
Yeah, and I feel like Hugo intentionally like switches the vibe a bit more. I do like Bashi's one, but it's weird saying Illmatic as a criticism, but it's like, you know how that tone is just consistent throughout. Like, we're in this world, we're hearing all the diary entries from this, but I feel like I don't know, Hugo just, it feels like an album as opposed to like lots of songs about a similar thing.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
if
in the
that's-
same boat here. I like Bashi's album when I listened to it, but I feel like at the time it didn't hit me at the right time, so it didn't stick. And weirdly, I wasn't a big Loyal Kana fan, but I like the last two albums quite a lot. I like the most recent one more than Hugo, but just based off that alone, that's why for me Hugo's going through, because I like Hugo more. So I feel like we've had 2 votes for Bashi and 3 for Hugo. Am I right?
Yeah.
I said-
Yeah, I think I talked myself into leaning a bit more towards Bashi. I know that I mean, you all know how much I love Hugo. I definitely live with it for longer as well, and I do prefer that sort of sonic journey. I think Kieran, you touch on it as well. Like, I think production-wise, it goes to some more
that's
varied,
what I mean.
interesting
Like, it's
places.
just, like,
Yeah.
the drum beats on that first track, I've never heard something like
Yeah.
that.
And
To be
Lord
honest with you,
Kana's a
Sam,
talent.
I'm like right on the fence here. I know I've got to make a decision, but it's 3 picks for Hugo, so it's.
You don't need to make your decision.
I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't need to, but I don't want to be that guy. But I think I'm gonna say Hugo. It's in my gut.
Oh,
It's in my
okay.
gut.
Fair enough. I
It's
mean,
in my
to be
gut.
fair though, Bashi's album is very good, and Bashi's on not a run, but like Bashi's on a different level to most people because that feature he did for George, crazy.
Yeah, he's
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
surprisingly like.
Oh,
It's
you know what?
fresh.
You
Yeah.
reminded me of that. Oh God, that you know what? I need to put that in one of my featured list. You know,
Well, this
'cause
is the
that- he
problem
went
with this
crazy.
year, and
He
again,
went
I want to preface a
crazy.
lot of what's happening with this
Oi.
episode. This year's
Oh,
been
I
really
forgot
stacked
about that.
for the UK, and a lot of those albums haven't made it onto this because we haven't sat with them, and this year's just so crazy. But God Almighty, that
And that's what I
feature.
mean. That's what I mean about Moment as well. With it feels like obviously Loyal Kana's got a big fan base, and if you're into that specific sort of area of the genre, of course it's living on. But it just feels like Bashi's has made some bigger waves, and like it feels like it's still
Definitely, yeah.
riding off the success. And something like Lost in Dreams, that's like a hip hop classic, man. That beat as
Oh,
well.
man.
Lost in Dreams is crazy. And the stuff he's saying on there as well is yeah. Look, this is a tight one, but I think in my gut, I think it's just Hugo, just. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, let's definitely listen to Being Poor is Expensive because even the title itself speaks 1,000
Yeah.
words because it is true when you dig into the concept of
This
being
is such
poor.
a
and how
hard
it's
comparison, though, you know, because
Yeah.
like even when Bashi dropped this album, I was like, oh, so he's one of our goats as well. I actually thought that, but
Oh yeah.
I feel like Lord Kana's working his way to that, even though he's got such a great body of work. If you're talking discographies, it's one of the best, but like
Yeah.
he's still working his way up there as one of our best rappers.
But as well, Lord kind of came up in an easier time in the scene, right? There was already infrastructure, there was already a way to go, there was a lot more acceptance, bigger audience. So anybody who's coming up, you know, between now and 2015, they've had an easier run at it. Like Bashi was around, you know, if we looked at the left side of the bracket, he was around when Kano, you know, Dizzy, he was doing it then, and he is still relevant now, where a lot of those people on the other side of the bracket aren't relevant now. They're not dropping crazy verses or features that are making us excited. So flowers to Bashi, but you just didn't make it through here based on who you're up against, you know. Against maybe some other stuff, you would have made it, especially some stuff coming up. The speed is definitely going to ramp up for the next bits. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a shame. That's a shame. I feel sorry for Neil. Neil's not really getting much love going into the second rounds, and he's
No, it's all good, man.
he's become
It's all-
disillusioned.
No, I appreciate everyone's takes. Like, I don't feel away. Like, I came to this thinking that we all have different tastes, and it's all about just we all appreciate and love music in it. So
Yeah.
whatever happens, it doesn't take anything from the projects that we've mentioned. You know.
I need the Neil that said the quotables and the bleepables. That's the guy that should have come to this recording. Anyways, we got a section that will make Neil perk back up again. Wretch, Home, and Co. Joey Radical Don't Look Down. Now,
this is
You know
not
what?
fair.
This
is the
this ain't
hardest
fair.
one.
This is hard.
This is the
This
hardest
ain't fair.
one. But I'm not gonna say anything crazy.
I might have to go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna say let someone else go first that loves these
because
albums more.
This one's actually incredibly hard for me because we all know like how I was talking about Rich's album and what that did and like the cultural sounds that I was getting from the album and how amazing it was. But I'm telling you, Ko Joey's album, I think that's my album of the year. I think
It's
that
speaking to
album
us
is
as grown men.
incredible.
It's speaking
That
to us as
album
grown men,
is
isn't it?
Nuts.
Yeah.
Like from top to bottom, Don't Look Down. I think that album's impeccable, and it's one currently on my list. And if I have to pick, no, fuck it. Yeah, it's Ko Joey. I don't care, man.
I thought he was gonna go with Wretch.
I love that album. I love Home, but no, it's Ko Joey. I'm telling you, that album's serious.
Yeah.
That album is serious. Number one at the moment.
Sean's raised his hand. This is
Yeah,
very
I have
hard.
to. Sorry, I have to because I had this burning question because I heard it last time I was on the pod with you guys, and then I heard it on an episode that I wasn't here for. Is it Ko Joey or is it Koji?
It's Koji.
It's
Koji,
Koji.
but we say Koji.
What?
I say Ko
Koji.
Joey, boy. It's Koji, Ko Joey. I
Because I'm
don't
thinking,
care, boy.
I've heard this
I'm gonna
guy
name
talk in
him
interviews,
whatever,
and I
innit?
swear he says Koji.
Doesn't
Yes,
matter.
Koji.
No,
But
man,
yeah,
Koji,
no, it's
Joey,
all good.
Koji, the man's getting mentioned. Yeah,
This
he
is
should
like
be
Pascal
grateful to
you
be
again.
mentioned on the
Let
grade.
me just call him Radical, man. Let me just call him Radical to
Call him
like,
KR,
pass all
but it don't
comfort,
matter. Yeah, it's Koji Radical. I was thinking it the whole time he was recording, but you know, like when someone's just, I'm just saying it's our accent. We got a different accent.
Committed to it.
Might put a little E before the S in our Espanol, you know? That was
Yeah.
there. We're bilingual with it.
Oh yeah.
Go on,
There we go.
Neil.
Sorry to disrupt.
No, you're good.
No,
You're good.
that's fine. I won't say too much. I wouldn't agree everything what Theo said. Like, I think it's so unfair this pairing. It's just so unfair. But Koji took it for me. Like, I really like how he did the concept and how he did this kind of the skits and like, I loved it. I think from top to bottom it was really really good and really well done. And yeah, it's one of my favorite albums of the year. So is Wretches as well. Like before Koji's came out, Wretch was in my top three. I don't know if it is now. So yeah, Koji's there now.
I'll be honest as well, right? Koji's on the Bashi track with George, and he does a lot there. So bearing in
does a
mind,
hell of a lot.
I
He
wasn't
does a hell
checking
of a
for
lot.
Koji before, but that feature in conjunction with this album, he's gone up in my estimations. Even though I've listened to him over the years because he used to perform at a few open mics I used to go to, feature on other people's songs and whatever that I knew. But now, yeah, he's in a different bracket. Excuse the pun. And
The thing is, sorry.
go on.
I feel like on this album, I always respected him because he was like cool. He's taking rap seriously, like rap, not like grime rap or drill rap. But I feel like he locked in on this album. There's certain verses where I'm like, the flow he's spitting with and he's maintaining it. And I'm not even catching the words because it's just so like, it's that rhythmic circle stuff that
Yeah.
these US rappers do sometimes. It's just it. Saying that though, I do love what Wretch does. I feel like it's more UK. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it does feel more UK to me, and it feels super authentic and relatable. Whereas Koji's one is like, oh, I see what you're referencing, and you're doing it so well. So I'm not gonna put that down, but I don't know. Does that make sense?
No,
It
it does.
does, it
Because
does.
we have to give Wretches flowers because Home is an incredible album. I just think the cultural references that he puts into that album are just like that Windrush track. I'm telling you, that
Can I ask
track
then,
is unbelievable.
I feel like Theo, maybe you understand this album the most. What is the themes of Don't Look Down? unless anyone else understands it.
Like
I'm
just
I
just
feel-
masculinity, dealing with love, adult life, that kind of the
See,
growing pains you
it's
have. Because
grown
obviously,
man, yeah.
yeah, when you're a
Yeah.
teenager, the growing pains are, becoming yourself and, finding out what you're into, da 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 da. But when you're an adult, there's that second growing pain of letting go of who you was when you were younger and realizing maybe that wasn't the best for you and trying to be better because you have kids or things you care about.
What
That's what Don't Look Down is
I
about.
can't remember what song it is, but it's that song where he talks about love. You know, when they're back and forth, and he's like, "Oh, look, that's not for you," because he's talking about his past life, where he was saying like, "Love's not for you," but he's like, "No, no, no, I think I'm ready for love now." It's like that grown man talk that is like, I'm putting all my past experiences of like when I was younger and I used to do this. I'm ready to like be the grown man, settle down, actually look at carry on with life. And I thought that it just speaks to you in a different way. It's grown man music. It's mature music. That's what I love about it when I'm listening to it.
100%, 100%. And if I'm honest, I didn't really like Wretch's album Home. I don't know what my favorite Wretch album is, and realistically, it could be the one that's like, we want to talk about people doing pop tracks. Wretch is a fucking animal for doing pop tracks. What's that song that he had? You know the song, Neil. We love that song.
Don't go.
No,
Don't
no,
leave.
Tractor.
Oh, Tractor.
Tractor.
Yeah.
That's even more
Track.
fun.
Oh my god, yeah, that is
That song,
Yeah.
right on the beat like a tractor away. Hey, big
Yeah.
tune. But Wretch is unfortunately for me, I don't view him as an album artist just because in the back of my mind I've always got that version of Wretch in my head. Whereas Koji's luckily I've come across Koji at a time where I'm taking in albums a lot more, I'm respecting the UK a lot more, and he's dropped a great project, and everything I've heard from him in recent years is fantastic. So I don't know who we haven't heard from, but I feel like a lot of people are saying Koji, but we love Wretch, but it's Koji. Sean, it's you we haven't heard from, I think.
Yeah, no, I won't add too much more, but I think for me, I listened to a lot of Wretch over the summer, especially, and really, really like that album. But I think as time's gone on, I'm not going back to it as a full body of work and maybe more picking tracks. Whereas with Koji, although I haven't listened to it as much, particularly because it's newer, I feel like every time I do, I have to listen to the full body of work, and that says something about it. So if we're talking about albums, I'm gonna give it to Koji, but it's a tough pick.
It's hard to pick a certain song from this Koji one though. I actually trying to think, but I can't. I can't think of them. But yeah, and I'll pick it as well. It's a strong album.
Fair enough. Okay. So Koji's going through there, and now we're onto the section which I'm calling the "What the fuck is this" section, right?
Listen, we
Yeah,
have
but
to.
we covered these albums when we did
Yeah.
like one of our
Yeah,
first
and
episodes.
what did I say back then? What did I say? Right, all right. So let's just, you know what I mean. I would snip a clip in if I could be bothered to edit that much, but I can't. Yeah, we got Jest, Return of the Drifter, and we got Kalashnikov, The Sagas of. Let's.
Yeah, it's Kalashnikov for me, man. That guy,
Kalashnikov for me as well, yeah.
It's a
Sam, the way
classic
your
album, man.
mouse was like the sagas of what?
You get it? I thought it was cut off.
No, but listen, look, we have to. I know, like we're it's shits and giggles and all that, but at the same time,
No, this is the grey
No,
area.
no,
What
listen.
the fuck? Not shit.
yeah,
Listen, carry on.
you know, we're talking about
props.
Sims, Lil, exactly. Yeah, these guys here, they were the sort of in between when UK hip hop was very much trying to be American, and then when we get people like Sims and Lil Kana and Koji, and you know, so I think we have to give them their flowers. Look, it's not. These aren't the greatest. I wouldn't put them in the sort of personally like the top 10 greatest UK rap albums of
So
all
how
time.
did they
But
get
they're
here?
necessary.
Don't worry.
But yeah, no, I think Kalashnikov just
I would
you
go
know
Kalashnikov as
yeah.
well.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
100% Clash.
more
It's
memorable.
Kalashnikov,
Yeah.
100%.
Both good
Kalashnikov.
albums that have aged. Like I listened to them both fairly recently. Both aged better than I thought they would. But I just think Kalashnikov, there's a bit more charisma and a bit more substance throughout the album. I think we spoke about when we did the UK album talk way back about the sort of the use of patois and all that. I think, I just enjoyed
that's
him as a
cool.
performer
Yeah.
more. And actually, I just want to quickly say something. When we were doing that episode, I kept using this word authentic, and I was listening back to it. I was like, it sounded like I was disrespecting some of these sort of earlier artists and pioneers and that by not calling them authentic. What I meant was, I guess we were still, I think, from a UK hip hop perspective, still trying to really find our own sound. So I didn't mean they weren't authentic in terms of like their stories and what they were talking about, but in terms of like sounding UK, if you get what I'm saying. That's what I meant there. You're probably like, what the fuck? I don't even remember you talking about that. But when I listened back, I felt like I was being a bit disrespectful to some of these artists. Yeah, no shade at all. Definitely give them their props. But yeah, Kalashnikov for me. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 for Kalashnikov. Neil doesn't have a pick. I can tell by his whole demeanor he doesn't have his pick.
Nope.
Do you not know any of the any Kalashnikov songs, Neil?
Nope.
No, I listened to Murder.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, Murder's
one.
the big one.
Murder's
Yeah, that
the one
one.
to listen to. That's the one.
So this is the thing, right? Some of these, like I said, I'm not going to have a vote. So but it's now 3 people having a vote, which will still work out, which is okay.
Funny, man.
But I thought you liked Jest.
He's
Yeah, I
on
like Jess, it don't
Kidulthood,
matter.
Kalashnikov.
Kalashnikov. Not got anything to say to add to that, no?
No, but look, the thing is, when you listen to Kalashnikov, you'll start to realise why. When you hear artists like Kano, you realise where Kano comes from and where his influences are. When you listen to Kalashnikov, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Well, let's put that through for now, and it will quite promptly drop off in the next few rounds. So that's fine. Right, let's get on to what I'm really calling the biggest bullshit section of this. We've got the streets, yeah, original pirate material, and a grand don't come for
This is
free.
the white section, man.
Just, I don't know why it's even there. Sean keeps trying to force us to be diverse. I just, honestly, I don't think the streets is a good rapper. Like, it's just like, you know, like I can't put my finger on it, but I don't like the streets.
You don't like how he's bringing something unique and fresh, though?
He's not. Weird Al Yankovic brought something unique to the game. The streets is boring. Like, if Neil's reacting like that, I said too much.
No, you ain't saying too much. It's interesting because I used to strongly feel that way.
Theo's
Theo's trashing the room.
Oh man, I used to feel that way. I definitely did, but I don't know. There's something there that I get.
We've got to that time of the night where it's a bit loopy.
Yeah.
Come on, carry on.
No, I'm just saying. I hear what you're saying. He's always been a mystery to me.
It's Theo, man. Carry on. I'm gonna mute myself.
No, it's just a mystery to me, man. Because like people really like him obviously, and that's cool. Everyone can like what they like, but I don't get it. I don't get it as much as others.
You know what it is? I don't feel like there's anything to get, bro. I think I swear,
So
I've had the same opinion the whole
disrespectful,
time. You could go back and check. I don't rate this guy. I really
Do you know,
don't think
you know
it's
what baffles me? What's that song that everyone loves that goes in the club that everyone raps? What's that song that
People
everyone
rap
sings in the club?
Street song in the club.
Yeah,
one?
like in a party. That everyone gets gassed over and everyone knows the lyrics to it.
Wait, let's have a look.
I'm telling you because I was in a party. This is what I'm telling you because I remember I was in a party. I was
I'm
on one.
not trying to call you even you're fit, but my God,
Oh, he's
Wait,
got a
it wasn't that one.
Do you mean
Yeah.
has it come to this?
no,
Maybe that one. Maybe
it's
that
fit,
one.
But you know it.
Oh,
I
it
don't
is
know
fit,
about
but
that
you know
Everyone,
it
I
is.
remember I was in this.
I tell you what, right?
I was in
He
a
had song
party.
in Kidulthood that slap, that blinded
by the
Blinded by the Lights is a good one.
Yeah, but
Nah.
Yeah,
I remember I was in this
man.
party and everyone knew the lyrics to this song,
Dry your eyes.
and I was like,
Dry your eyes.
No, that's not right.
I don't even know. Let
That's
me
not
try and
very
find it.
I'm being honest, yeah, right? I've been really honest. I'm looking at what album I know better than the other. And it could be because of Blinded by the Lights and Fit But You Know It. A grand don't come for free is what's tipping the balance for me, but I don't rate this guy at all. I just don't. Stop laughing, Theo, man. You get on my nerves. Where is this guy? He's not even in the camera anymore.
It's Blinded by Your Lights. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's the one from
Blinded
Kidulthood.
by Your Lights. Yeah,
They're
that's the
all
one that
out in
everyone
the
was
street
rapping.
and she's all pregnant and she's hitting herself in the stomach. You remember?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
You remember that?
Like everyone was rapping it, and I was like, "Raw!" Like I felt so out of place because
What
I
kind
felt
of
like
party were you
obviously
in, Neil? Let's be honest. What's the demographic of this party?
it was actually mixed, you know.
No.
No, it actually was mixed. It generally was like it was people from all over. Like
Nah.
it was. There wasn't
How
a
old were they?
majority.
How old were they?
They were our age.
I don't know what's going on with this. Sorry.
It was, yeah, it was.
Sean, talk, man. Talk some good stuff about this album.
And I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, they all loved it. I was the only person that didn't know on the lyrics, and I was like, oh wow, like this is
You're the
actually
only real
like,
person in the room. That's why.
stop it, nah. But wait, so everyone there, who likes that song? For that,
What, Blinded by the Lights?
That's his
Yeah,
people
yeah.
right there.
yeah, there we go.
We got to stop doing this, man. We got to stop doing
The
this.
podcast or just disrespect to the streets?
No, I ain't disrespecting the streets. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
I am. I'm
I ain't disrespecting. I'm just. I can appreciate that he gets love.
Sean, wait,
I can
ground
appreciate
this,
that for
man.
sure.
Which album's better? I don't know. I feel like the singles are better on the second album.
I think there's a misconception though that I'm not like a big Streets fan. I just like recognise the impact and the influence and try to branch out in terms of the sounds.
Yeah.
Like these are only the really two albums that I know well and that I like, but I'm
the
not
only two
like
he's got,
super.
isn't
I
it?
don't really listen to them like that. But for me, like just to keep it brief, because I know like I'm looking at the time.
Forget
It's
about the
getting a
time.
bit-
We need to worry about
But,
that. Theo's God.
I think
Yeah,
that
I'm better now. I've recovered after that. That was mad.
I think that A Grand Don't Come for Free obviously had massive hits, and as a concept album, again we're talking about cinematics a lot tonight. I think it's pretty impressive, especially for like when it came out and whatnot. There wasn't many artists from this space kind of making like concept albums like that in the way they were. But if we're talking rap and what has the rap records that I prefer and that I think just is a better rap album, it's probably Original Pirate Material.
I heard that.
Yeah.
To be fair,
So-
though, I'll give the streets his credit. Pirate radio is a massive part of UK rap culture, and I believe he was a big deal in pirate radio.
Yeah,
I
listen,
don't really have much access to pirate radio, but yeah.
Mike Skinner's well respected by a lot of people, and I think
here.
we touched. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I get like we don't like that certain like music isn't for us, but we got to put respect on some of these people's names. And I think the thing we spoke about with the streets when we last touched on them with the UK rap album Goat List, to come from the Midlands and put that part of the country on the map, and to do the whole sort of spoken word thing as well, and really come with a style that was unique. I think
And
that
linking in that garage, that's become trendy
Yeah.
again in rap.
yeah, and to think like Original Pirate Material, this is a year before Boy in the Corner as well, so we're kind of in this sort of in between stage of garage and grime. So I think that I think that one pips it for me. But yeah, I wanted to give A Grand Don't Come for Free its props as well from like a concept perspective too. Yeah.
And now Theo's kind of back with us. Maybe we should go. Now, Kieran already said he doesn't know what to pick, right? You already said you kind of don't know what to pick.
I actually don't know, but I hear Sean's points, but it's like, do I just base my vote on Sean's?
I picked on based off what songs I know, right? But I think Theo
Yeah.
might have a more structured take on this because he's at least listened to both. Mainly because he's probably forced to by Sean, but he's listened to both at least.
Oh no! If I was leaning, it would be Original Pirate Material because I just think that's the better. I can't say it's the better album because obviously the hits are in the second one, but I just think as a body of work and what it was actually based on, that's the one I would lean to. That's the one that I think if you're picking all the Streets album, that's the one that you'd lean more towards because that's what I think. Did they hit the map with that one, or am I bugging? Because the hits are on the second. The hits are on A Grand Don't Come for
Well,
Free.
has it come
I'm
to
just
this
gonna-
was a big record?
I'm just gonna go with what I said. Original Pirate Material. Material. If I had to pick, that's the album I pick.
Okay, well that settles
Yeah.
it. It's Original Pirate Material going through, and again, it will probably drop off very soon after. Let's try to get through these last 6 with some speed because I feel like we can kind of not discuss this versus this. We can kind of just go, I think this album's better. So, Slow Tie, Nothing Great About Britain, Young Father's Cocoa Sugar. I can see what you're trying to do with this one, Sean. It's kind of like the alternate weird kind of dark rap kind of vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's better, I know which one I prefer, but I don't know which one's actually better because Young Father's, is that the one with the scary album artwork?
Yeah, that's the one with that weird
No,
artwork.
it's not
isn't it?
even. We were going
No,
to
it's
pick
not that
as
one,
well,
no.
but then we went with the more rap kind of focused one.
No, that's still scary.
Sam.
It's got the weird face. Yeah, go on.
It's,
Gary.
well,
it is
there's like
scary.
2 or 3 of their album covers that are pretty creepy, but it's the one. Do you remember that art piece you showed me? And it's like, where's this from? And I sent you. Yeah, I think it's that one. What we're referring to. with the face.
Yeah. Okay. I like this album. I like Cocoa Sugar, but I also like Slow Tie. You know, I'm a big fan of Slow Tie because I found him early. But okay, come on. People that know both projects. Now's the time to talk. I know Neil has nothing to contribute to this section of the bracket.
Nope.
He's looking at it like I don't even know what those are.
No.
I'm saying Slow Tie if I have to pick. Nothing great about Rin. Tea and biscuits.
That's not even on streaming anymore. You know.
That's
not?
that's actually the deluxe version as well, Theo. It's
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
the actual album.
Oh damn! Because I remember I was late to Slow Tie. Remember, you were all listening to Slow Tie. I was the one who hadn't even tuned in. Then I started listening to all your stuff. I was like, okay, I see what everyone's talking about now.
Now, for a long time, I kept trying to get. No, actually, I think I just played Sean Tea and Biscuits once, and he was like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Exactly. It's crazy.
I remember that.
Different." But all right. So we've got one vote for Slow Tie. Kieran, where are you leading towards?
I'm gonna pick Young Fathers. I feel like there's certain tracks on there that transcend a lot, like Tremolo, for example. And I just like what they do in general. I feel like they dance on that pop, rap, indie sphere really interestingly. It's quite hard to even place what they do, but they definitely do rap.
we got Sean,
Yeah.
who will be able to talk about both.
Yeah, I think Young Fathers is a tricky one because some people might listen to them and go like, this isn't rap, this isn't hip hop. But I agree with Kieran. I think that they're another artist actually. I'd say they're ahead of their time. I think that a lot of these sort of newer guys coming up. I think about some of these artists that are sort of hovering the line between rock music and indie and emo and all these sorts of things, and sort of merging that into rap as well. Young Fathers have kind of been doing this, but very much with their own sound and their own flavour. And Cocoa Sugar, correct me if I'm wrong, is probably the most. There's probably the most rapping on that one compared to the other ones, just by a bit. I really like Slow Tie, and I think the first album's good, very good in points. More of a conventional rap album, but I feel like Young Fathers are doing more, and it's a more consistent album. Yeah.
Why did you pick Nothing Great About Britain and not Ugly for this bracket, by the way? I know it was communally we all decided, but
I did. Do you know what? I had this in first, and then I put Ugly in, and then I took it out for some reason. I can't remember what it was. I think I wanted to try and I think because Ugly, again, of course, it's a rap album, but that one was definitely leaning more onto sort of indie alternative rock, and as a conversation, I thought maybe putting in the more rap focused one made more sense. Particularly if you're comparing, like I feel like obviously they're not doing the exact same thing, but if we're comparing an album like Ugly to Young Fathers' work, I think I'm probably going to pick any Young Fathers album if that makes any sense to you. But I know some people have Ugly right up there. Yeah, I just went, like I said, I just went for the more rap focused one with Slow Tie. But you could easily have put Ugly in this spot. But yeah, no, I think just to cap it off, I think Young Fathers are maybe doing a little bit more.
Is it 2 for 2? I feel like it's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
oh shit.
Well, that's no good.
No, it's not.
Let's just say for the sake of diversity, let's put Young Fathers in there because no one's really fighting for Slow Tie, whereas people are fighting for Young Thug. Young Thug, fucking hell, Young Fathers.
Young Thug.
I'm all the way cracked out. Oh my god. Anyway, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Roots Maneuver, Brand New Second Hand, and
Help
Come
me.
Save Me.
I can go quick with this one. if you want.
Again, we're losing Neil by the second. I think his eyes are closed.
Right. It's surely it's I think it's wrong. Oh, actually, I don't know. I've listened to both. I was going to say it was Brand New Second Hand, and now I'm thinking of Run Come Save Me. I've got brand new Second Hand personally.
Oh, let's go Brand New Second Hand.
Because
I don't know if you remember when we did the GOAT list. I was big on that one, but I think with Run Come Save Me, you can argue that maybe it took some more, pushed some boundaries, took some more risks. It's got is it Witness? That's still a massive record. You hear that on adverts and all sorts. But as a hip hop record, and again we talk about sort of paving the way and being that sort of that bridge between what we were doing over here hip hop wise and then what we've ended up doing over the next sort of 20-25 years. I think it's is a super important record. But yeah,
He
brand new second album.
self-produced a lot of that as well, you know.
Yeah, Roots Maneuver's crazy talented, like crazy talented. Yeah, I wish he got a bit more love, but listen, it came out early, and then Grime came along and all that, so I think that maybe sort of stunted his potential star power. And if you like Mos Def, listen to Roots Maneuver as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Roots Maneuver's going through. And now we're on to an artist that we all love and that we talk about. And unfortunately, because we're not strapped for time, but definitely trying to get through this thing because it's a bigger beast than we thought. MIA, Arula and Carla. I don't know which album of these is my favorite because you guys know I love AIM. That's my favorite.
Yeah, you always say AIM, don't you? See, if I had to pick, it has to be Carla if it's me. But you always said AIM, didn't you?
Yeah,
but then there's always this argument. Arula is like, yeah.
She's spitting a lot on that one.
I know. But I always feel like I have to say Carla if I'm putting these two albums against each other.
For me, Carla pushed the boundaries of what like rap can do. Like she's rapping on that. I can't even remember the titles. But like this weird track like Jimmy, for example. And she's like spitting on it. It's like, why is someone rapping on this track? But it sounds so good.
And obviously that one's the one with the big hit, Paper Planes, which everybody knows.
Of course.
Everybody knows Paper Planes by MIA. So
Hip hop classic.
Yeah, you make good points. I go Carla as well.
cool. All right, let's bring Neil back to life. Neil, come back to life, Evanescence style.
Yes. What's up?
Evanescence, you know what? Fuck.
Hey, no, joking. All right, let's not do that. Right, this section now, we're on to the second part. And we're
We're
going,
zooming.
don't laugh, Kieran. It's not, we ain't got time for no big laugh breaks.
We're speeding.
Okay. This is like, we're going to go quickly with this. We're literally I'm going to name both albums and then just say which one you want to go next, and we'll do the maths and keep it going because otherwise we'll be here forever. Maybe we'll pause for discussion when we get to the final two rounds, but for now we're going quick. So, Hoodies All Summer versus Konnichiwa.
It's Hoodies All Summer.
Okay.
Hoodies All Summer.
Hoodies All Summer.
Yeah.
Neil, if you're awake.
Yes, I'm gonna go with. Hoodies All Summer.
Okay, unanimous decision. Hoodies All Summer's going through. Home Sweet Home, Dizzy Rascal Boy in the
This is
Corner.
actually hard, you know. Flipping hell.
You ain't got time for hard.
Boy in the corner.
What's the gut feeling? I'm
Boy
hearing
in
a
the
boy in the
corner.
corner. Can I get another boy in the corner? Kieran, I know you want to say Home Sweet Home, but you feel like you want to say
I'm saying Home Sweet Home.
Jesus Christ.
As much as like Boy in the Corner, no, I'm saying Home Sweet Home.
Vote split. I'm going Home Sweet Home. So that tips the balance in favor of Home Sweet Home. Now Neil and Kieran, you got to tip the balance.
Home Sweet Home.
3 for Home Sweet Home.
Okay,
So
there we
Kieran,
go.
your point is irrelevant because you didn't even speak. So what were you going to say?
I was stressing, man. No. I would pick Boy in the Corner, you know.
Well, it doesn't matter. Didn't make it through.
Generational.
Anyways, Dave, we're all alone
Oh,
together.
no,
Like Heady
Dave.
one Edna.
Dave.
Yeah, I think we all know
Dave.
Dave's going through, right?
Yeah,
100%
Dave,
Dave.
yeah.
Okay. There's a few common sense ones here where I want to ask, but I don't really.
Yeah,
need
it's
to.
J Huss.
J Huss.
Let's not
Yeah,
even
I'm
muck
saying,
about.
yeah.
It's J
Okay,
Huss.
so Parcel
Not even
Lou
muck
set up the
about.
commentary versus J Huss Big Conspiracy.
J Huss.
Big Conspiracy
Yes,
sailing
yes.
through that one.
Yeah.
Right, back to the bracket side that was the most difficult.
Simbi, let's go.
Okay,
Simbi.
sometimes I might be.
Wait. We need to read out the albums again. We need to remind the listeners what we're actually
Yeah,
talking
that's what I was
about.
saying. Theo's trying to speedrun this. Sometimes,
Feels like I got work in the morning.
For Loyal Connor Hugo.
Simbi.
No, we know it's Simbi. Simbi.
Yeah.
As
we
much
know
as like
we know
Loyal
it's
Kana, it's Simbi.
Okay, so we got Koji Radical versus Kalashnikov. I don't even know why I'm bothering to read this out. It's Koji.
Kalashnikov.
Koji Radical.
Koji, man.
Shut up. Right, this one I literally don't care what happens. We just got to get through this one. It's the Streets original Pirate Material versus Young Father's Cocoa Sugar. I couldn't give a shit what goes through here. So
Oh,
It dipped deep.
I'm gonna scream. Stop.
whoever has the strongest opinion, that's the one that's going through.
I'm going the streets, man. I'm going the streets.
Anyone against that?
This is the streets.
The way
for-
Q
for
just
classic
nodded
levels.
great. All right. Brand new second-hand MIA Carla. I feel like everyone wants to
I'm
put
gonna
Carla through, but
Carla,
someone might have an argument for Roots Maneuver.
I'm
So
just gonna
anyone
get up.
against Carla?
Oh, there's Kana.
I'm Roots Maneuver, but I'm not mad at Carla going for it. I'm Roots Maneuver.
3-1 on
Yeah.
Carla. Okay, we're getting to an interesting part now. We're back to the left side of the bracket. It's Kano versus Kano, which is exactly what Sean wanted to happen. I see what you did here.
Nah, man, I
Hoodies
wanted
all
Boy in the
summer.
corner there.
I'm winding you up.
You know me.
Hoodies All Summer versus Home Sweet
It's
Home.
Hood. Yeah. Hoodie.
Hoodies all summer, man.
It's Hoodies All Summer, isn't it?
gotta
Neil,
be.
what are you saying?
But is it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoodies All Summer.
Why? You don't look like you're even in this conversation with
No,
us.
I am. I am.
Why are you in business mode? I am. I'm here.
I'm here. Yeah, hoodies all summer for me.
Kieran, same thing.
Yeah, come on, progression.
Okay, cool. Hoodies all summer is going through there. Now, this is a bit hard.
Conspiracy.
We're all alone this together. Big conspiracy. I want to say big conspiracy.
Yeah, it's big conspiracy.
I'm also a big conspiracy. Yeah.
Okay, well, that was easier than I thought because I do like both albums. Right, back to the right side of the bracket now.
Yeah. So what we got? Simbi versus Koji.
Simbi versus Koji's hard,
Guys,
right?
gonna have to be Simbi.
Because I want it to be Koji, but Simbi is way better.
Yes, it has to be Simbi, man.
Okay.
has to
Anyone
be.
against that? I know we're upsetting maybe Neil. a little
Koji.
bit. Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
See, I'm not mad at when you're saying Koji. Koji's it's a great album.
It's a shame. It's a shame because it will be mentioned at the albums of the year time. But
There's some mad
Simbi-
recency bias with the Koji one as well. Like you could easily say Koji for that.
Yeah. Okay, again, here I think I pretty much know what's going to happen. MIA Carla versus the Streets original Pirate Material. I feel like it's going to be Carla.
Man. Allow the streets. Get that. like, keep
They
it
made it far.
God, really,
Made it far. All right. We're getting to that point now.
Disrespect, man.
We're getting to that point, yeah, where we've got a top 4. And weirdly, it looks kind of similar to the albums we discussed when we did that other episode. So, Hoodies All Summer, Big Conspiracy, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, and Carla. So, I'm being honest, and I'm being as honest as possible. I want to see Simbi versus Big Conspiracy in the final here.
Me personally, Simbi, yeah, but Hoodies All Summer in the other end.
It's Simbi versus Hoodies All Summer for me personally.
I feel like Neil's going to say Simbi versus Big Conspiracy, maybe?
Yep, big conspiracy.
2 for that.
sure.
Oh,
So it's all on
Kieran.
Kieran,
you
then.
tick the box.
Hey.
It's all on you, Kieran.
Yep.
too late to make decisions like this. Is it 2-2 for both?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
sometimes I might be Introvert or Carla or Big Conspiracy and Hoodies All Summer.
Could someone? Why don't someone make a claim for conspiracy?
We know
Someone
sometimes
make
I
a
might be
claim.
Introvert is going through, right? We know that
Yeah,
already.
that's
okay?
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I did.
But what's-
I was gonna. That was close for me though. But that is true.
But what are the? So let's talk about what are the aspects of Big Conspiracy that would tip it over Hoodies All Summer and get it
I
in the
would
final.
tell people to listen to Big Conspiracy. I wouldn't tell people to listen to Hoodies All Summer.
Really?
When you say people, what do you, like? Do you mean just like?
people that aren't into rap, I'd be like, you want to know what UK rap is? Listen to this. Not Hoodies.
I
All
get
Summer.
that.
I hear it in that context.
I get that.
But if we're
That's what I'm
talking
basing
like,
it off.
yeah, but if we're talking,
Because that's what we're doing. We're talking to people all around the world right now, and I want them to listen to Big Conspiracy more than I need them to listen to Hoodies All Summer. They'll get to Hoodies All Summer. They might not get to Big Conspiracy.
I don't think they will. You know.
They will. They will. If they're nerdy enough about it, they'll get there.
But then if we think about when we spoke about what makes a great album, there's another episode plug right there. What makes a great album?
A mega plug episode. This is a one long advert.
Would we say that Kano is delivering more on the lyrical level?
I think
Yeah,
Jay
I
has
would
done
say
a
on
better
the-
job of all parts of whatever you want to rank things on.
What's that? Sorry.
What?
I think
Really? Oh,
Big Conspiracy does a better job on all parts.
I don't know.
What even from a lyricism level, like the bars
We're not coming
themselves.
for the lyricism or the bars. We've got.
But that's what I'm asking though.
What?
Like, I'm trying to go
You
through
said,
the.
You just said all parts, and then we're
Yeah.
saying lyricism, and then it's like I'm not here for the lyricism.
When we say
I hate when people do that. When I say something
What are we
contradictory and bring it back,
doing?
don't do that.
when we talk about production,
We're trying to help Kieran make a decision here. By the way,
yeah,
that's what we're.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
This is
presenting the
worst
different aspects.
situation. I'm feeling so indecisive.
So I think you could argue that the Big Conspiracy is the more palatable, accessible album. Like you said, Sam. Like if I'm sharing it with a casual listener or something, I'm probably going to put on something like a Big Conspiracy over Hoodies All Summer. But then when I think about the, like I say, things like when we really get into it, the lyricism, the content, I think the way that like a Hoodies All Summer emotionally impacts me, how I feel when I listen to some of these records, the impact that they have, that's where it starts to tip over for me. And it's not like leaps and bounds, but I think that's just what it gives it the edge for me is that
And he's
impact.
got
But that's
those
very
hits
personal
anyway.
though. I'm aware
I'll
of
be
that.
honest. I'll be honest as well. Yeah. All right. I don't think I want to actually put Big Conspiracy in there. I think I want to put Hoodies All Summer in this final For
Why?
what represents me as a listener, Class of Danger is leaps and bounds above the whole of Big Conspiracy. Do you get it?
Class-
One track
Class of
is
Danger
I don't
is
think leaps and bounds, but it's
One
yeah, I'd
track
say
is-
so.
Class of
like,
Danger is
What?
insane though.
If Hoodies All Summer goes through here, then
What the
Hoodies All
fuck?
Summer wins best rap. The bracket here. That's the definitive thing.
No
I don't
way.
know.
Hoodies
I
has a
don't know.
lot of vibes, you know. Like he's got
Yeah.
that Kojo Funds track,
Yeah,
and
Kojo
he's got
Funds,
that
yeah.
popcorn
What's the
track
one with
as well.
What's the one with Popcorn?
I knew
Yeah,
he was
that
gonna
track
say-
Yeah,
is
that song's-
amazing. That's a UK classic as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Someone
That's
has to
like
pick, and it's got to be
location.
Kieran, because realistically, I think I'm sticking with what I said. Big Conspiracy. Sometimes I might be introvert. So, Kieran, tip the balance. What's your gut saying?
It's Hoodies. It's Hoodies. Especially like 3 years later as well. That's an intro. That's an incredible track. You know?
Okay, so Hoodies All Summer is going through.
Teardrops.
Unfortunately, right now we're at the final moment. Yeah, Hoodies All Summer versus Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, and I'm gonna put it out there. It's Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. It's the only dog I got left in this fight, and if I'm honest, it's the best album. It's been the best album on this whole list the whole time.
There's nothing like
hard.
Introvert. That intro track in it. It's just an epic. film.
The whole thing is so masterfully done. If you put Hoodies All Summer as the winner, you guys, I'm sorry, but we've been lying the whole time.
And to be honest, Sam, like we
to do
saw
so.
this album live. I don't
It
think
was
Kano
fantastic.
would have put Hoodies on the way Sims.
Kano
put
can't perform. Kano
Simbi.
can't perform, and
Oh,
Simbi.
no.
Ooh.
Oh man, what are we
But it's,
Ooh.
it's like,
Yeah.
gave us-
Louise, man.
I don't know
it gave
about
us an
that.
incredible show.
I'm just being honest, right? I liked Sometimes I might be introvert, and I think if you put the two against each other, if we want to talk about lyricism now, this is
Oh.
right? This is leaps and bounds above Hoodies All Summer. I know
Stop it.
I know for the right reasons we want to make Hoodies All Summer win this bracket, but for all the right reasons and opinions, it has to be Sometimes I Might Be Introvert.
The production is actually better on Sometimes There Might Be Intro, even though
Oh,
I love
yeah,
like
the-
how
the- the
I like
production's-
the
yeah, I'd have to say way
experimentalism
better.
in
Yeah.
Hoodies though. He did well on that.
Just some of the moments.
Neil,
on,
what are you saying?
Hoodies.
I know what you're saying, but just voice these opinions out loud.
Man, I don't really know because none of my picks are really in the final, to be honest.
This is
Um,
Hassanak.
I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest.
Now you know how I feel every fucking episode.
But I think they're good picks, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I think they're good picks. What would I go for? I think it would have to be Simbi, to be honest.
Okay, we got one vote for Simbi. Make it 2 from me. Now you 3, you
I
got
said
to
as
hash
well.
this out
Yeah.
or not talk on the podcast. That makes perfect sense.
No.
Everyone be silent.
I'm thinking, man. That's because this is
Three,
hard.
three people
This
have
is
voted
sick.
Simbi. Like,
Yeah,
Who's
so-
the
it's
third?
going
You were the
through.
third. Oh,
Yeah, Kieran just said he was the third. Yeah, so it's
I'm
over
here, I'm
anyway.
here.
Sean looks like he's in pain. He's
I am in
fighting
pain.
tears.
I am in pain. I am because these two are like, to me, this. I'm pleased we got here because for my personal taste, this is my top 2.
It's what you
But-
planned all along.
Yeah,
It's what I
innit?
planned.
He's
It
like
was-
the professor.
That's why the streets were in there. That was the decoy. Yeah. No, I think shit, man. I think I say this a lot when it comes to Hoodies All Summer. You know, I listen to that even today, and I think this is where, when I think about grime and its journey, this is exactly where I would want the sound to
No,
be.
this is actually a
And
scam. Look, the top left, Hoodies All Summer. Top right, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert.
Scam.
This is
No,
a conspiracy.
for sure,
Carry on.
for
No,
sure.
carry on. Sorry, carry on.
where was I?
He's Darren Brown us.
Hey.
I think my gut, like deep down, is saying that Sims maybe did a bit more with Cindy.
Ooh, 4 for Sims. All right, Theo, let's see. Are you going to
Wow.
go against or are you going to go with the crowd? Doesn't
I
really
don't
matter
know.
now,
This
but
is,
you got to do
no,
something.
it doesn't matter.
Oh, that hurts saying that.
You
I
thought
really
this point
don't
was going to be
flipping know.
easy, though. You thought
No,
that
I
we were going
really
to get
don't.
to here and be like, yeah, that's the winner. It doesn't work like that. This is horrible times.
Oh, I don't know. You know, it might have to be Simbi. I'm not even gonna lie because I remember what that album did. It's the skits as well. It's just a cinematic feel.
Do you know what it is as well? Sorry, Theo. I think that, don't get me wrong, like, Hoodies All Summer does go to some interesting places and it is varied. But when I look at the track list for Simbi, right, it's like we start with things like introvert and woman. We're then into like speed and standing ovation, and then we're ending. Well, there's like point and kill, and then we're ending with like how did you get here? It's like it's quite broad, isn't it? Like the sounds, but then nothing. It's not out of place, though. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing's jarring. It's like a smooth journey of all these different sounds.
And you know why it's not out of place? Because of those interludes. The interludes put it into place. If she doesn't have those interludes in there, then you're actually going to be arguing, saying that this album is a bit like up and down. Those interludes are placed so perfectly that it makes you just think this is just
So
a
well crafted,
perfect body of work. Because it's just so
higher heights though on Kano's album. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, this is what I'm struggling with.
But this is what I'm trying to say about the Class of Deja. Class of Deja is up there, right?
Yeah, but also
sometimes
like,
it might
I
be
would say
never gets up there,
though.
but it doesn't need
Oh,
to.
Teardrop's mad.
You know what I
Teardrop
mean?
is
Personally,
mad,
Teardrop's like that moves me.
SYM is Sean's favorite track.
No, the thing about that was I liked it when I first heard it, and then he did it on Jules Holland, and I was like, this is amazing. This is fucking phenomenal. Because I'm just picturing all the crowd sitting there like as he's singing "Suck Your Mother." I just loved it. It was just everything. I've got a top 3 "Suck Your Mum" moments as well. That got in there straight away.
I don't think
something
those are words that I've ever said to somebody, so I never liked that phrase. But
oh, it's horrendous. But it's like when someone delivers it correctly. Like I remember when what's his name, JME said it on that track. What did he say? "Suck your mum at the speed of light." I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Crazy.
Okay.
Anyway,
wait, so have we all agreed that sometimes I might be introvert?
Yeah. Like I say, I think if personal preference, the one I go back to more is probably Hoodies All Summer. But I think if I'm being really honest with myself, I'm looking at the track list here, listening to everything everyone's saying. I think Simbi did a little bit more.
I'm sorry. Look at Neil.
Oh, is he gone?
He was
Sorry.
gone.
Wow, the rum hit.
Was he asleep?
The bamboo. I wasn't sleeping.
Head was down.
You
I
can
was
talk.
down.
You sleep on the podcast all the time, and Theo's always possessed. All right, let's get this wrapped up and let's get this out of here, right? Okay, so there were 30-something albums. I think 32. Sean, is that correct?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Too many.
32 albums, and we have crowned Little Sims. Sometimes I might introvert as the UK rap album bracket, comma 2025, because this might change in the future. We might update it as we run out of content to record in the future, because that's fucking bound to happen. But hey, it was a hard time. This is a long episode, so if you're all the way back here at the end of the episode, well done to you. I don't know. I don't really know what I got to say. Like, if you're sat here thinking, these guys don't know, they didn't include the new Dave album, shut the fuck up, yeah? It came out a month ago, right? Give us time. When we redo this, it will definitely be in there. Maybe the bracket will be bigger, and this will be a 5-hour episode.
No.
What you said is true, though, because it's like Cindy wasn't number 1 last time we did something similar to this.
This is true.
But it wasn't out though. It wasn't out.
No, it was.
It wasn't. Trust me, it wasn't.
It wasn't mentioned in that episode, not to my memory.
It wasn't.
The
It wasn't.
grey
out.
area was mentioned.
It was just grey area on it.
The grey area. Yeah, it wasn't out. Yeah.
It just went. The grey area was so high as well, though. To be fair, but yeah.
We have a bias, but we're not named after that. You know, we're named after a coffee shop in Amsterdam. You do know that, right? Yeah. Anyways, well done, guys. We did it. We got there. There was a few crazy picks, and there was a few harder moments. We lost Neil along the way. Somehow Kieran's still here, which is crazy. I thought Kieran would have dropped off by now.
You know what it is? My phone broke halfway through, so I have to sit up on the table. I didn't want to be here. I want to be in bed right now.
Oh god! Oh my god!
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
I mean, we don't normally record for this long. Normally we're done by now. So yeah, this was good. This was interesting. Sean finally got what he wanted, but I think next time we need to just do 16. Maybe
Yes,
we do multiple
indeed.
brackets.
No, trust me, 32 was mad.
32 is crazy,
Yeah,
and this
32,
recording is 2 hours long, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not editing a drop of this. I'm just gonna mix it and put it out. I am not sitting here listening to 2 hours of this. You know what I mean? The person who's listening to all the way back here, well done you, because I literally said these words, and I haven't even heard them again. You are hearing this for the first time. So if there's anything you think we should get cancelled for, talk to all of our respective employers or whoever the cancelling people are and get us cancelled, because yeah, we did our best. Anyone got any closing remarks?
No, that feels like a good point to start.
I feel like Neil has closing remarks.
Nah, man.
None of his picks made it though.
Yeah, it's all good though, man. I think I get it. I think was a good winner, so I'm not mad at it.
Fair enough. Kieran, any closing remarks?
I love it, man. It's funny.
Okay, a weird review, but I love it. It's you got to top that, Theo.
This is late, man.
No, what I'll say, I did enjoy it though.
Daniel's got points to say.
No, sorry. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Okay,
I
I
enjoyed this.
enjoyed it, and now we've got I enjoed it. All right.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
where's
The
Theo
brackets
gone?
was good.
Is he falling over laughing?
I know.
Fuck you, man.
I know. I think we came to the no, we came to the conclusion that the right album in the end won. As much as like I love Hoodies All Summer, the right album won Simbi. But we do need to put a bit more respect on the Streets name.
The Streets, forget about that.
You gotta disrespect
I
someone.
thought that's
each
what Sean was
episode.
going to say. Go on, Sean. Give us the official sign off, and then they'll hear whatever intro I put at the end because I still need to edit the intro. Outro. Fuck me. Oh, it's late.
Yeah, man, this cut there. We're all good. All good. We got through it. Thank you for indulging me. Next time we will not be doing 32. We'll do 16.
Let's just do 8.
If we do
No,
it
I'm
again.
joking. That should be the new bracket, you know. 8, and we could do like 5-6 episodes of just 8 balls, and then we'll do those 8 versus each other, and then we'll get to the end.
Yeah, maybe different parts. Yeah. Maybe different parts.
Anyway, that's it. I'm hitting stop record.
Nice.
Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.